that sippy cup. Give me them tulips, let me unzip them up. Lick you up and down, I just can't get enough. Damn, give me that sippy cup. Goddamn, give me that water, give me that gushy stuff. Got me slipping and sliding, hope I don't slip this up. Baby, I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Till you squirt, 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 squirt. I'ma put it down and work it. I'll slurp you up cause it's worth it. Licking you is my duty. This tongue here, yours truly, girl. No, I don't lick the booty. No, but baby, you is my cutie, girl. Even if you got cooties, this tongue work got you drooling. This foreplay so amusing. I love it when you get moody, girl. Yelling at my face and now I'm yelling at your box. Got your legs up in the air and now you're leaking on the spot. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Got your body shaking till you squirt, 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 squirt. Need to quench my thirst. Give me that sippy cup. Give me them tulips, let me unzip them up. Lick you up and down, I just can't get enough. Damn, give me that sippy cup. Give me that water, give me that gushy stuff. Got me slipping and sliding, hope I don't slip this up. Baby, I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Till you squirt, 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 squirt. I'ma put it down and work it. I slurp you up cause it's worth it. I slurp you up cause you perfect. Put the work in cause you worth it. Yelling out God, she don't go to churches though. Why she screaming, I'll never know. When I'm in it, sprinkler systems, body shaking, leaking, twitching. Got you dripping, dripping. Quench my thirst is what I'm wishing. Give me that sippy cup. Give me them tulips, let me unzip them up. Lick you up and down, I just can't get enough. Damn, give me that sippy cup. Give me that water, give me that gushy stuff. Got me slipping and sliding, hope I don't slip this up. Baby, I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Till you squirt, 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 squirt. I'ma put it down and work it. I'll slurp you up cause it's worth it. Slurp, 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 slurp. Fam, do you know how difficult it is to sing that with a straight face? I don't think you know how hard that was. My ribs were cracking. Welcome to Pisces season, ladies and gentlemen. Bruh, you have no idea. With no profanity, thank you. Oh, I felt this was a great expression of what Pisces means. Pisces changes the meaning, okay? Gemini changes your idea and thought. Virgo changes your behavior and habits. Sagittarius changes your vision and philosophy. I actually engineered it on the spot. I'm not gonna lie. The engineer me was laughing too, just playing the squirt, squirt, squirt. I'm sorry. My bad. And Pisces changes your belief. Okay, so I didn't realize I unintentionally changed the meaning of a sippy cup to some of you now, but hey, this is just what Pisces does as a vibration. Shout out to Pisces gang. You guys are the last because we save the best for last. Yeah. Gemini. No, I'm joking. We save the best for last. You know what I'm saying? So Tony Cashman, thank you very much for sending your chart. Your chart is so magnificent. I really can't wait to interpret it because your 9th house is ridiculous, and I see philosophy is in your tag. So we are going to talk. Okay. Welcome to the beginning of the end. That is set on several layers. The multi-dimensionality of really everything and all the zodiac signs that exist as facets of your consciousness. But Pisces in and of itself as a zodiac sign accounts for layers upon layers upon layers of meaning
where just one word can be applied in so many different ways. Oh, wow, I was going to go there. All right, so this is how we're starting the transit. 0-0, baby. Okay. The actual angle, the 120-degree Leo signature angle, was 29 degrees Aqua and 29 degrees Gemini. Okay. So we're going from that to Moon in Leo, Sun in Pisces. Cancer is now kind of void here, but we are building up this splash. We are splashing into Pisces season. And that's kind of like putting the boat whoosh, to ride on this ride, except the floodwaters have been rising for a few months, and we'll get into that. Pisces is the vibration, the vibe. Aquarius is the frequency that emits vibrations. That's Pisces. The experience, the feeling, the vibe. Okay. So, this is potent, y'all. As you get ready to sail away from an old world that's literally drowning and has been getting exposed, which is, just cyclical. It's not that the exposure is bad. It's that in every cycle you establish something, it gets dirty, and then it gets cleaned. And then they establish it, it gets dirty, it gets cleaned. So we're coming out the end of this previous cycle, spanning many years, 30 years with Saturn, 248 years with Pluto, 150 so years with Neptune, 165 years with Neptune, actually. So yeah, okay, smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm definitely going to be going in. I'm going to try not to snitch too much on Pisces, at least yet. Giving birth to children who have Pisces moons or suns or rising, the audacity. All right, you just have a super magical hacks baby that can just dream anything into reality. But like whatever, you can do that too. This is a reality warping protocol where we will see the personal planets initiate contracts. Okay, every 2 years Mars initiates a contract with Kronos, and Venus and Mercury do it every year. So yeah, okay. That's why I can't fully snitch on Pisces, because I have to snitch on Scorpio, and Scorpio is blowing up cars. You know what I mean? So like I'm not really, I have to be careful how I say what I do. But yeah, it's gonna get real petty because a lot of you are overcoming the quality of psychic attack. Psychic attack isn't psychic attack anymore. They're public jumpings energetically. Okay. I just personally want to let you know you're not alone. Okay. I'm going to say a scenario and tell you to comment a number. Okay. Here's the scenario. From 2008 to 2023, you have been feeling an increasing intensity of your psychic connectivity at a physiological level with your energy and other people's energies. So it almost feels like, in a way, you have been feeling more psychic attack intensely. And then coming into 2024, that psychic attack has intensified 10,000 fold, almost to set up a new era that build up everything. Comment a 7 if that is accurate for you. If you felt the intensity just like, and almost as if like you're sitting in front of a public committee and they're going in on you. Okay. If you're feeling this is an extraordinary thing. This is an amazing thing. You're building strength through this, because I know all the people of you who are basically commenting 7, you're not necessarily letting these people jump you. You're not letting these people jump you, and they're getting fucking angry. They're trying to twist your arm and be like, you will bow to our pressure. And you're just like, suck my dick. Are you serious? Like you have been training through the Pluto Capricorn psychic attack. You have been clapping back. So now this Pluto Aqua is a new era of just intensifying your strength. Okay. This is the fixed strength that's going to enable you to detach from the projection and literally transmute through the struggle. Okay. Not struggle, but through the pressure, Okay. Very, very, very important. because I want to highlight how that intensity is Pluto coming into, it's going to retrograde back, smoothing out, and then go back. That intensity is a sign that you've leveled up that much stronger. But as Pluto goes to Aquarius, you're going to build on that strength. This is a telepathic channel that is tapping you into the heightened sense of this collective frequency. So I'm using the analogy of a committee of people psychically attacking you, but it's not necessarily as simple as just people that are like, I'm going to project thought. This is the frequency. This is the amalgamation of your beliefs, your attitude, and how you live your life, going against a metaphysical apparition of other people's beliefs collectively in every social environment. So it's like, if you think this and other people think this, you can sense the pressure of those pendulums and thought waves wearing on yours. This is not a bad thing. This is just pressure. This pressure will either break your will and then you will conform, or you're going to strengthen against it. In that regard, the psychic attack is the greatest thing that ever happened to you, because it's happening to everyone. There's no one that exists on this earth that doesn't have a frequency or perspective that someone else opposes. It is designed like that. And angles like this that force us to do stuff like this, or to strengthen or whatnot, are vital. It's nothing to run away from. The game is getting serious. It can feel intense, but you are stronger than you have ever been. And you've been kicking ass all of 2023. You had an I Told You So tour, part 1, 2, and 3. And so it's time to kick in this revolution and the next era, baby. Okay. The Matrix agents are really out here struggling because everything that they did to stop you moving cardinally, Pluto and Capricorn, means that it's spilling over in Pluto and Aquarius. So all they can do is just, I'm not going to say all they can do is antagonize you, because some of you are antagonizing them. Some of you have to antagonize them. I'm using terms like they and them to at least give an analogy to make sense of the energy. So you don't have to take it literally as if there's an actual them. There is, but like this is really just to let you know you're not alone. Okay, you're fighting this battle of self-expression with other such beings who are awakening with you. And this has been the thesis statement. I'm minding my business. Please mind your own business, because these frequencies want to mind your business in an effort to judge what you're doing, but you're not minding theirs. In fact, the only way they gain relevance in the plot of your story is if they mind your business, to where you have to tell them to mind their business. No, I don't care if you think that you care about what I'm doing. No, I didn't ask for your advice. Did I ask you? Did I ask you? I didn't ask you. This at most is subconscious shadow boxing. It becomes a paranoid delusion and auditory schizophrenic episode if you are making it too real, and if you are trying to attach to it, where at the best this could be your own subconscious reflection reflecting to you the vibrations around you. The more you see it as shadow boxing, the more it prepares you for more of these instances. This puts the power back in your control. There's nobody forcing you or making you do anything. As much as you may even be being attacked, it's making you stronger, because this is fodder. And let me now give you more proof of this. No one who is secure in themselves will project insecurity onto you, will move in a way that is not honorable. That only comes from hurt people who hurt people. That only comes from people who are deeply insecure in their core, and an expression of your own authenticity triggered them, their beliefs, and their attitude. They're weak ass motherfuckers, and you're strong. Capricorn is power. Aquarius is mental strength. This is an awakening, a new cycle of mental strength that is having you unconditioned from deep programming that's affecting them very powerfully. And this is where you see the hive mind that possesses people who have bowed down and have just been completely destroyed by this pressure to almost be afraid to think their own thoughts, where everyone is super sensitive and self-editing themselves. In an environment like that, when you're just being yourself, it's going to seem like you're the bad guy when there's not even anything remotely offensive that you're doing and saying. This is a battle of control, and this matrix will use guilt and shame, if at anything, just to kill your conviction. There's nothing you have to do. You fought off so much other sperm just to make it through your mother's meow meow and breathe your first breath of air. You were conditioned through the first 14 years of your life and had the audacity to awaken to who you are at a soul level and decondition everything you were lied to about, while paving a way to help other people going through what they're going through. Nobody can take that away from you. And that makes certain forces very frustrated. Because if I want to break you down mentally, if I want to break your will, if my objective is to change the direction that you're taking, you might be so worried about, am I doing it good enough? Is this right? What they care about is, we don't even want you doing it at all. To the artist, to the person who is finding themselves, to the person who is actually walking their own path in integrity, okay? You might be so caught up on if you're doing a good enough job, and you don't know you are terrifying forces who are mind blown that you're even walking in that direction. You may never have given yourself the credit that whether you feel that what you're doing is good enough or not, you have never stopped walking in that direction. I cannot control what you do, but if I can manipulate you with guilt and shame, if I can create fallacious arguments and rhetoric to convince you that you should feel ashamed of what you're doing, you should feel guilty. The way I interact with you socially is supposed to make you feel less than me or away, so that I can persuade you to walk away from that direction. Look at how much power you have. Look at how much millions of dollars of advertising I have to spend just so that I can win the power of your dollar and attention. Okay? This is not a fucking game. This is why subliminal messaging is put in children's programs and adult programs as well, whether for malicious or positive effect. And now we are stepping into the portal that's going to bring us into the new world. This portal is, let's even take this crazier. I'm going to show you something that's going to be really interesting. Check this out, guys. Check this out. How many days did Noah ride the ark? 371 days. That's about a little over a year, right? Peep this. February 29th. Mm. 371 days from the sun-saturn kazimi is going to be February 18th, 2025. What do we know about February 8th, 2025? Let's do the 13th. Would you look at that? Neptune and the North Node are going to get ready to go into Aries, or the North Node has come into Pisces, and Saturn is getting ready to hit the third decan. Basically, give or take, around this period, we're going to come into the second kazimi. Okay. We have this one, 2024. And then we have this one. So I just showed you how the same amount of time Noah rode the ark is the same amount of time Saturn is going to start the kazimi, do the cycle, and then boom, that second kazimi is deboarding the ark. This is where we send out the bird, and we see if the water is ready. And let me show you that. This is the second kazimi. What's going to happen during 2025? We're going to see Saturn and Neptune enter Aries. Can't make this up. Okay. This is where we finish the arc ride, and then it's going to retrograde back into Pisces because we're going to go back into the boat and we're going to get some stuff out the boat, and then it's going to go into Aries. New world order. What does that mean? That means that the Noah's Ark ride that's starting is starting on flooded water. Okay. We want to see that Sagittarius season of 2023, if we go back a few months, when we blasted off in a way, I'm not going to say like Team Rocket. I'm going to hold myself back from saying that. This is where the initial change, the ascended change, the flood water started raising down. Capricorn season is where the waters reached mountain level. And an Aquarius season is what strengthened the nature of the waters. Now, Pisces season, the water has reached, and we're getting ready with the kazimi to move forward on this journey. Pisces is belief, Virgo is physical, Pisces is metaphysical. This arc represents the integrity of your belief, not just in yourself, but how you will use your imagination as a vehicle to get you through one world to the next. Okay. How you will use your imagination to warp reality itself and apply everything you've learned in this world we are leaving so that you can create in the next world and guide the next generation who will be guiding us. This shifting is happening. Whenever we have mutable sign transits, it is a happening. Cardinal signs are a doing. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, we're doing. Fixed signs is a strengthening. We're charging. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and then Gemini, Virgo, Sag, Pisces is a happening. So the shift is happening. And with Saturn, it's totally happening. This is where we need to bring the significance of cycles, because the last time Saturn was in Pisces was, you guessed it, 30 years ago, guys. 97, it was in Aries. Okay. I know you see the notes. And look at Neptune. Neptune is in Capricorn. The last time Neptune was in freaking Pisces was literally the 1800s. Look at Pluto in Aries. So we're getting ready to experience things that no one has even conceptualized in almost 200 years. Oh, but we have the 248-year Pluto cycle. So in over 250 years. This is it, guys. This is the beginning of the end of the entire world as you know it. I want to show you something. I'm going to keep saying that so I can sound mysterious. I want to show you something. Pokemon. 1996. Rugrats. 1991. That's Saturn Aquarius. Okay. We know that in 97, 96, Saturn was in Aries. Okay, it was leaving Pisces and it entered Aries. Okay, we're getting ready to come into the next round of legacy pieces through the new generation that, you know, is going to go around its cycle. But Neptune is here, which is now 165 years in the making. We know we can see this happening with the prominence of technology reaching, I'm not going to say a fever pitch, but just kind of warping out of control. I mean, that's exaggeration. Just really innovating beyond what we think is possible, or is it? As of course, there's no greater piece of technology than your brain. Your brain, we can even argue, is a piece of celestial tech because you're made up of stardust, or you're made up of the stars or something like that. Matter and energy. Pokemon Yellow was the first game my mom got me as a kid. Okay, so like it's very I don't want to say bittersweet, but it's oh wow, this is just wow. And we're in the year of the dragon. So this is going to be your full-on transformation into your God self. And that is to kick off the God wars, magic wars, frame wars, at all levels of existence, which will even overcome the nature itself so that you can segue into this new world. I have the belief and theory that realistically, people can try and use gadgets and technology and conventional modern wisdom to try and extend their life and, you know, brave the odds, like increases of temperature. But it's only those who are immortal and or can at least harness and control their energy at will that will really make it through. Those of you with an intense fortitude of will, with this increase of frequency, whereas other people will become mentally ill, possibly kill themselves, or die from the pressure, it's only going to make you crystallized, diamondized. You're going to be so much stronger from this pressure. And we have to please account that this was for all the work you have done from 2008 to 2023. This is applying all of this over 2024 to 2044. All right. So the energy has definitely been wild, and I need you to understand that we're literally only just beginning. Okay. So I think one of the beautiful things here is that we are splashing into Pisces season. This is a God level rabbit hole that's going to end the season off with you revisiting these feelings. So Sagittarius season, we had the moon in Aries, and then we ended it with the moon in Aries. Capricorn season, we had the moon in Taurus, and we ended it with the moon in Taurus. Aquarius season, we had the moon in Gemini, and we ended it with the moon in Gemini. So we're starting with the moon in Cancer, and it's going to help you understand how much you've developed your emotional intelligence. You are dealing with frauds and cowards who, because they cannot overcome their pride, it is easier for them to label you as delusional or crazy. You spun the block and legitimized certain beliefs you had through living them habitually and creating magic. And now, because they're not able to explain literal receipts that you have, instead of actually accepting that maybe they were wrong and you told them so, it's easier for them to antagonize you and quite literally make you feel ashamed and guilty for being a magical ass motherfucker. This is more than just a frame war. You need to understand that this is only happening because at the core of these people's beings, they need someone to feel better than, because they're deeply insecure. And to see you effortlessly master facets of your being that they saw you struggle with years ago really hits home as to how everything that they've done to maintain their insecure feelings over you has never worked and will never work. It is what it is. And Ancient Rose, this is so very important. Weak people hate the strong and the powerful. Some of you are like the creatrix here. You have the audacity to be so powerful. You have a royal personality, and people who cannot within themselves maintain that vibration and aura now project on you that you think you're somebody you're not, even though these are weak, stupid little bitches who just by being in your presence, your strength irritates their weakness. They get uneasy in your presence and they literally start to express their own inferiority complex that you didn't even do anything with. For Leo rising, this is where you're basking in the confidence of who you are, and people who are just so insecure in themselves and don't have the courage to love themselves are going to be convinced you're narcissistic. You're just bragging. You always brag about what you got. No, Leo is an awesome ass motherfucker. They are the lead fucking role, and they're dripping with fucking swag. It is what it is. I've seen this live in person. It's enough to make anybody jealous. You weak, insecure fuck. Step your game up. Taurus rising, the natural worth you carry on your own to build stuff from the mud can make people who don't have a sense of value project on you that, oh, you're selfish, you just do stuff for yourself. No, you're a broke bum bitch, and you will never ever in your life match the determination and grit for me to build what I did by myself. Okay, people with Scorpio rising have a depth of psychological understanding and so much wisdom that people might feel they're fucking delusional because they actually stand on what it is they trust intuitively. And sometimes they actually are just off, but still be right. And that's just really weird. But like, yes, people be thinking, oh, you're trying to be different. No, I'm rare, bitch. I'm Scorpio. I'm rare. I'm pure. And you will never be as pure as me. You settle for mediocrity and you think I'm a purist because I respect myself. People with Aquarius rising, with so much extraordinary knowledge of self, you are literally supernatural. People can't even process you in your brains, and now they feel like, oh, you think you know everything, you think you're just above us. No, bitch, I actually do know everything. I am above you. I am celestial. You don't really say that last part, but you do, but you don't, but you do, but you don't. But it's cool. 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 The facts are the facts are the facts. Okay. So like everybody has, their version of this. Okay. All right. And we have to understand you had the audacity to gather receipts. So the gaslighting campaign, using vague monikers to persuasively define what you do while not coming into the specifics, well, that didn't work because you brought receipts and you single-handedly exposed the rhetoric around why they were actually doing what they're doing. And now they're mad. You're dealing with some grown adults who are mad because they can't little boy or little girl you. And they are looking at real true power. The weak cannot handle strength. Let me tell you something. The strength acknowledge strength in others, and the powerful facilitate strength. So you're not dealing with someone strong. You're not dealing with someone powerful. You're dealing with someone who's hurt. Okay. And for those of you who practice kindness, Okay. This is really going to establish more how you live above the hate and you don't let it lower you down. As for me and my niggas, we petty as fuck. We are murking these weak bitch asses. I'm sorry. We are also expressing love and kindness, and we will not stoop low to just mere debauchery. Petty gang. Anyway, yes. So, with that being said, welcome to Pisces season. Okay. We murk them with love. We murk them with love. Welcome to Pisces season. Okay. Pisces season is the end of a very important cycle that you kicked off last year, actually. Let's go back in time. Let's rewind. La, 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 la. That was a Grammy award performance right there. Let me just tell you that for sure. I really just sang that right now, you know. Yeah. When I say Delu, you say Lulu. Delulu. No, hold on, that wasn't. When I say duh, you say Lulu. Duh. Lulu. Duh. Lulu. When I say duh, you say Lulu. Duh. Lulu. Duh. Lulu. Your success during this transit is how much you can maintain a fully fish-hearted, delusional state of mind. Okay. More so that you can examine the limits of how far your mind allows you to go before you start feeling weird. Okay. This is going to exercise muscles you may not be used to exercising. You can exercise your physical muscles, but you can exercise your imagination muscles. If you can literally just allow yourself to flow, to color outside the lines and just imagine, this one thing will enable you to harness this in ways you never thought possible. I can do this fluidly. Okay. I literally just met Taylor Swift and Paris Hilton the other day, and they were telling me, Peace Dealer, you're so funny. And we want to hook you up with our hot friends because you're so sexy. And I was like, you guys are so kind. I never thought I would even meet you in this Chick-fil-A. And you're totally not how people say you are on the internet. Wow. And then we danced to Share, and it was amazing. Okay. There you go. That was fish-tardedness. I did not really stop the flow to wonder, is this real? How did this happen? Some people do it all the time. Some people take it a step further and they lie their ass off by just being delulu like it really happened. I'm not telling you to do that, but if you can literally do this and sustain that and create your dream, Pisces is going to enable you to learn how to integrate this. Okay. Thank you. That shit blows my mind. So, yeah, I know you guys didn't know. I don't like to name drop celebrities, but Paris Hilton, bro, she's a fan of the channel. Yeah, she fucks with it because she's an Aquarius, so she's like, yeah, I see the stars, and like your astrology is not bad. You know, I've clicked up. Yeah. No, she's like, no, it's cool. She gonna show up in the chat one day too. Oh my god, I need to stop capping right now. Okay. Before someone thinks, really? Paris Hilton, really? Yeah, son, yeah, bro. She be tuning in, bro. She knows astrology even better than me, bro. She actually knows she can get nerdy astrologically too. She's like, nah, but it's like how Aquarius does it. Like they actually in the star. All right, it is what it is. That's hot. Boom. Could you imagine if she just showed up in the chat like, no, I actually do watch. Oh shit! No, that'd be crazy. Someone do not make a profile and troll me right now. Anyway, yeah. That being said, oh my gosh, don't put that on me. Don't put y'all stay putting that on me. That's crazy. I don't got no type. That is the only thing that I like. You ain't got no ice. Come on, this is a fact. If you sexy, I'm your type. You're my type. That's it. I don't care what color you have on your skin. Are you sexy though? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not about to be like, oh no, you're not white, you're not black, no, you're not Latino. No. What, you sexy though? You have the audacity to be bad on a Friday afternoon, just killing shit? Let's go. Let's go. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Oh my gosh. No. I'm not gonna say no to the snow bunnies. You think I'm going to say no to snow bunny? I'm not going to say no to anybody sexy. It is what it is. Okay, don't matter what color you are. I'm just mind blown. It's just like, wow. Thank you. I'm trying to know your moon sign. Jesus Christ. Okay. That being said, before I go into this Pisces season transit, I would like to share 2 tests that I think moving forward will be a great way to perform divination on actual people. You don't have to call it divination though. It's a fun game. It's a fun game you can play. And because now you understand who you are, you're going to be able to read intuitive inflections off of people. These 2 games will actually give you insight into a person's character. Okay. And they're not going to know that they're giving it away. Okay. So use this with discretion. Do not abuse this. Okay. Then we're going to go into the Pisces season transit. This works perfectly for dates. I'm not necessarily social, but my Capricorn moon was teaching me, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do the coffee test. First of all, one of the greatest things that exist are coffee dates. Okay. I think coffee dates are the most underrated date possible. It's the perfect first date. Before you actually go all out and take somebody on an extravagant date, you have to have the coffee. I can't say that I hate you until I have had a cup of coffee with you. And then through that interaction, even if I hated you before, now that I've had that cup of coffee, I can know my hate is real. Like, I had a cup of coffee with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't respect anyone that hates somebody who they haven't had a cup of coffee with. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a coffee date, but let me tell you why this is a very important test. This works platonically. This works romantically. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This works best on women. Okay. You can use this on men. All right. I just don't know if you'll get as consistent results. All right. I'm not going to interpret the results. The results you want to make your own, whatever it means to you. I'll share what it means to me. Okay. Basically, this is the coffee test. The coffee test is you take someone out on a coffee date. All right. Thank you. Niggas don't drink coffee. You take someone out on a coffee date. Okay. And with that being said, this is the most important part. Now, listen to me. This is very important. The reason why you need to do this date is you need to see what type of coffee they get. This is very important. This is very important. This is vital. You need to know what coffee they get. Do they just drink it black or do they put creamer in it? Okay. Me personally, if I take you out on a coffee date and you're drinking your cup black, you're a cold motherfucker and I need to leave. Oh, you didn't even put no sweetener in it. Oh, you're just drinking that, talking to me? All right, I'll see you later. But that's a cold motherfucker. I'm not saying that's a bad motherfucker. I'm saying just be careful. They put no creamer in there. If they put cream or sugar, okay, you sweet. Okay, that's a sweet girl. That's a sweet girl. Then you can see, okay, did they use this creamer? Did they use this? This is a very important test. You need to see how they drink the coffee. Do they just swig it back? Do they take their time with it? A coffee date is everything. Okay? This is very important. Just a date of coffee, and people are doing this to you. I didn't realize we were doing this. There you go. No. If you drink bitter black coffee, I respect you implicitly. I respect you. It's just I'm going to look at you like you are a cold motherfucker. You are somewhere deep inside. You are a hard motherfucker. For you to just have a casual conversation, drinking that coffee straight black, you didn't even sweeten it. Nah. I cannot fuck with you like I fuck with other. Someone who put creamer in their coffee. Oh, you sweet. You put some honey in that. Oh, you get to see. Now here's another test. I'll give you a bonus. Can I taste that? Mind you, this is the first date. So you're testing intimacy now. You're testing how free is someone who I'm just meeting able to let me taste their coffee. Are they going to be like, no, I don't want your germs? Or, oh, yeah, sure. And then, do you want to taste mine? Do not forget the follow-up question. Do you want to taste mine? You can say it in a very creepy way. That's innuendo. Or you can just be like, hey, you want to taste mine? So you just don't be a fucking creep. And yes, this will let you know whether this is someone who's open or not. Okay. And I don't mean that if they let you do it, they're open. No. I don't mean like that. I mean it in the sense of just these nuances. Thank you. Is this the type? Because some people, they're cool, they will, and then you get to take, boom. All right, now, I'm not going to judge anyone worse or better if they do. I want whatever that means for what it means to you. You might have your own meanings for that, okay? So that's the coffee test. Then we have the next test. The next test is the curve test, okay? This is a test every man should have in their arsenal. Okay. Primarily, it's best used on women because for women, curving is an art form. For men, it's going to be inconsistent. I don't really feel like it's not the same. Men curving and women curving, it's not the same. Okay. So ladies, tell me if I'm lying or not, but let me be honest with you. You can tell everything you need to know about a woman by how she curves you. Okay. You never want to even get frustrated by being curved. Everything that woman is put in the curve. Okay. A woman can curve you so good, you respect her immediately afterwards. You can tell. Okay. There's a different variety of curves. All right, I've been curved near my whole life, so I know a thing or two about curves. Okay, you have the vicious curve. All right, the vicious curve makes for a very direct woman. You know, get the fuck out my face, or ew, you ugly as fuck, like with ew or whatever. Boom, done, straight up. It is what it is. You feel me? No ambiguity. Okay. Then you have the corrective curve. A corrective curve makes for a very unique woman. Okay. A corrective curve isn't necessarily a no, but a not yet, in the sense where it's like, you need to do this, this, and that. That is a kind woman. She could have aggressively curved the shit out of you, but she's like, fix this up, and then maybe. Interesting. Very rare, but interesting. Then you have the sly curve. The sly curve, only the most dangerous women do. Okay, be very careful. The sly curve will fuck somebody up for years, wondering, what is it? Something I said? Was it something I did? The sly curve is so notorious, you can actually pull it off after a whole relationship. Act like you never even knew. Okay, the sly curve happens in many iterations, but is as simple as just saying, yeah, no, that's totally fine. We'll do it. Never shows out. Okay. Boom. We are 24 hours in a pipe. Thank you. Pace yourself. All right. You have to, the tangent is crazy. You have to do like Pisces, like go many different directions, bring it back. So there we go. Okay. It is what it is. Then you have like the sinister curve, but yes. All right. Don't ever, ever. You need to appreciate every time you get curved, regardless of your sex. Curves build character. Wow. That sounds like a bar. Curves build character. Okay. I think the top 3 greatest things specifically a woman can do is curve you. Even if you're another woman, this is not gender or sex specific. Okay. Even getting, all right. So it's beautiful. And then you can even do the coffee test. And then if they curve the coffee test, boom, that's an immediate curve test. Okay. So there you go. Seriously. Yes. The more you curve, like I can judge a woman by how well she can curve a man. If she can curve a man spectacularly within like a minute, you're her. We can do the curve Olympics. God damn it, Jim, that was a spectacular curve. He didn't even see it coming. Wow. And she got out of his face in literally moments. Spectacular. He's definitely going to be feeling that tonight. He might cry. Oh, that is crazy. All right. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but I think maybe it was helpful for someone. Okay. Some do. I think the ones who know what they're doing do. Or instinct, or bloop, bloop. But it's cool. I'm not, you got star players out here. I'm not trying to hate the player. I do not hate the player. I hate the game a little bit, but I do not hate the players. Okay. I'm not a player. I'm not a star player. I don't be scoring buckets. I'm a coach. I lead players to the championship. Okay. So one of the most important things about this Pisces season is that this is going to reframe your belief. Don't ever let anybody tell you who you can or can't be. Okay. You activated this evolution cycle, Aries. All right. This is where you sowed the seeds. Okay. And then we sowed the seeds in Taurus season with Uranus and Mercury in the North Node. All right. That led to these seeds breaking through the ground. I want you to see how they're squaring Uranus and Jupiter. They broke through the ground. And then those seeds that broke through the ground, well, what do you know? Through integration, they began a harvest. This is where in November, we transformed those seeds. And then we ascended them, blasted off. We went up the mountain. Okay. And then Aquarius season is where we completed the harvest. So this Pisces season, ladies and gentlemen, you see this new moon? This is where we experience the fullness of this harvest. We're going to experience this evolution. This is where it's all happening. Totality Saturn, this is it. It's happening. You feel it happening. You're experiencing happening. Your synchronized events are enabling you to see that there's so much more ahead, but you are also closing the door on a lot that you have completed. What the fuck was that tangent? Cool. So I wanted to highlight that the cycle we started with Jupiter, we're in the 11th house portion. We've completed the harvest. We're experiencing the completion during the last zodiac sign to conclude this. Okay. So in being who it is that you are, you're going to look delusional. If people don't laugh at your dream, it's not big enough. I have a confession to make. All right. I'm a Brooklyn nigga. I'm from Brooklyn. I am a nigga who's from Brooklyn. Okay. I've always been a Brooklyn kid my whole life. Even though I moved to Queens when I was one, and my sister was born in Jamaica, Queens, and my other sister was born in Harlem, and I moved to New Jersey at 4 years old, and I lived in New Jersey my entire life, and people have always called me black, white on the inside and black on the outside, and an Oreo cookie. And I graduated from New Jersey. I'm from Brooklyn, and no one pre-gentrification Brooklyn, pre-gentrified. But I'm a Brooklyn kid, dead ass. I started to awaken my accent and I'm about to go cop some Timbs. And I realized no one can tell me I'm not from Brooklyn. I am from New York. Even though I've lived in New Jersey my entire life, I am from New York, and specifically Brooklyn. And now, you know, I feel like I feel like it's inside, and I am acting like it, for real, dead ass. B, like, you cannot tell me I'm not acting like I'm not from Brooklyn. All right, it is what it is. Just because I wasn't born and raised in Brooklyn, and just because I didn't go to high school there and live most of my life there and actually experience the culture for real and actually be there and live there, that doesn't mean I'm not from Brooklyn. And that's when you're gonna see me with Tim's, and I'm just gonna suddenly rep the Yankees and be a bandwagon Giants fan. And that's just what it is. And when people ask me where I'm from, I'm gonna say I'm from Brooklyn. And when they ask me specific thoughts, I'm gonna not know what to say, and I'm probably gonna make some stuff up. So, like, it is what it is. And I'm not gonna let anybody stop me. I am real tough. How am I not being tough right now? Okay, so, like, you have to be that delusional. I know you might not want listen to me. You have to be that delusional. You have to. I'm not even going to say you have to be that delusional about your goals. You have to be that delusional. What is it about yourself? Almost to where you're making stuff up about you. Okay, this is very, very, like, you see how you're not stopped. You literally need to keep going, simulating. This is you building your imagination muscles. It's limitless. You can literally take it anywhere. You don't even really have to, you know what I'm saying? New York, put some respect on my name, son. New York, son, dead ass B. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. Oh, word of my mother. I'm from Brooklyn. Word of my mother, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not even playing with y'all. This is facts. This is facts. You have to be that delusional. You have to be that delusional that almost warps your sense of self. And this might be hard for some of you, because you might take yourselves too seriously attached to an old reality and traditions and structures that aren't even based in the reality of who you are. Like, for me, a Brooklyn kid. Anyway, it is what it is. I mean, word of my mother, son, stop playing with me. Brooklyn, Nevada is crazy, dog. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. All right, so like, yeah. Okay. I did live down the street by Naughty by Nature, though. A member by Naughty by and like a few roads away from Lauryn Hill. Now I'm just name dropping. I was too young to even like meet them, so it's not really that impressive. 48 Berkeley Avenue, Orange, New Jersey, baby. Blah! My bad. Anyway, no, you really can. And what happens in Vegas stays on Facebook, so it's beautiful. Facebook is dead now, so it goes on fucking Facebook. So, like, yeah, it's fucking amazing. Anyway, yes, yeah, I pretty much do. It's pretty much canon now. And I have to somehow tie Sir Oreo into it. But, like, yeah, the entire mythos of your being is opening up. And if me being a Brooklyn kid is delusional, which it is, you being who you truly are is not delusional. I need you to be delusional about everything that is true about you. Take that same energy you would and literally create and imagine everything that could be, because everything you're doing is going to be sowing the seeds through this new moon cycle with Saturn and Neptune towards this dream imagineering generator that will become real through Virgo, and then we'll do it again. Okay, so I definitely once again want you to see how once again you have very powerfully, as we start this Pisces season, it's important for you to understand that not only are you activating this new cycle, but we are concluding on the seeds you planted in April and May of 2023. Once we step into Aries season, this self-concept and belief that you're going to be stepping into accordingly is going to prepare you to step into that direction. So mutable sign seasons are like being on a boat out at sea, the ever expansiveness of the ocean. And you now have to direct your sails. What direction are you going to direct your sails in? Because this is what you are using to push you forward. So mutable sign seasons allow us to gain perspective so that we can shift our direction. And what do you know? Once we step into Aries season, we're going to shift that direction towards the authenticity. All right. And so, what is it about Pisces season that is effectively going to shift your belief? Well, we know mathematically, Pisces season is making a 300-degree angle this season to Jupiter and Uranus. That means through this Aquarius signature, we are coming into the final effect referencing the first effect in Gemini. This was the activating effect, the integrative effect in Virgo, to now tie all of this together, and then the breakthrough harvest effect of Sagittarius that showed us what this harvest looks like. Sagittarius season was very important because comment a 9 if this resonates with you, but correct me if I'm wrong, Sagittarius season, you were presenting your receipts and you were like, I fucking told you so, bitch. Remember how you said that I wouldn't do this or I couldn't? I told you so. You literally went in for years about how I'm this, and that, but well, why is this still here? Like, I would hope you were going in because this was a status quo transforming and shifting precedent where you have accomplished certain things that was put on a line that you couldn't. You have maybe shown people things that they were convinced wasn't even possible, and you had to show them, I told you, bitch, or so. This was the harvest of the initial introduction to your evolution cycle. Jupiter in Aries going into Taurus means that if your evolution cycle is a 12-chapter book, motherfucker, you not only started chapter 1 in April, Pisces season means you are getting ready to finish reading the last pages of chapter 1. You are getting ready to read the final pages of chapter 1. And once we step into this kazimi with Jupiter, the beginning of chapter 2 is going to be in May. This is the very beginning of chapter 2 of your evolution where shit gets real. Let's recap chapter 1. Since April of 2023, new characters were introduced. You started to move into a new direction towards your identity. And the cool thing about this new 12-chapter book is that it's the sequel to the last 12-chapter book. So it's very important that you look into 2010 to 2024. 2010, 2011 was when you read the first chapter of the last book. 12 years, 12 chapters. All right, I want you to really go through that because chapter 12 of this last book wrapped everything up, and chapter 1 of this next book is referencing what you wrapped up in the last cycle, but what new direction with the nodes you are quite literally destined to move in. I am spitting bars right now. This is insane. Okay, so like this is you. This is all you. You summoned me and you took these actions. Astrology is objective here. So I'm not saying this means this is going to happen to you. I'm saying no matter what anybody did on this planet, everybody on the world, plant life, animals too, took actions that determine their character. That's how astrology works. Not this whole fortune telling gig that people think we do. We're just breaking down what cycles we're going through. It's literally as simple as that. Everyone has taken actions. Certain people have taken actions towards the detriment of their character. They didn't take authentic actions. They didn't test and challenge themselves. So when it came time to integrate that, what did they integrate into their behavior? Bad habits, bad techniques. What did they harvest? The results of their own actions. Certain people did do the work. And so what did you integrate? Fantabulous habits and supernatural techniques. And that's why Sagittarius season, you are harvesting those receipts. And that's where Aquarius Pisces season is the completion, the climax of that chapter. Of course, this is just the introductory chapter. So like, this was just the one that brought us in this bitch. And this is a crazy book because this book is starting off with the beginning of the end of the world. So this sequel book is the Apocalypse book. Go figure. The last book was an enlightenment chapter. Well, no, the last book was to really prepare you for this. And this is where age gets relative because certain people are being born during this book, right? Other people were born during the last book. Okay. And this is where the next generation that's being born is an undertone. So I hope you guys comment down below. I say, if you want to pick a card reading, we could do a pick a card reading. That's totally fine. I want you guys to think. I was gonna save it for the exclusive pick a card reading, but I'll do it at the end of this. Basically, though, I want you to comment in the comment section below. What did you feel about this first chapter from April of 2023 to May of 2024? We're still in it. We're just concluding it. So this is where we've gained the concept of what direction we want to go. There's still so much for us to move and learn, but we're coming into a conclusion to experience and review. Okay, this is the direction we're headed into. Let me tell you something. Chapter 2 is going to be where everything kicks off. So it's like, you know how you read a story, but then chapter 2 is where it gets real. It's where it gets real. Yeah. Chapter 1, it prepared the real. It went through Taurus. It was building up. Everything about this chapter was a buildup and definitely a whirlwind. Yeah, necessary truths. I do have to bring that back. You know what? If you want, I'll bring it back for this video. I'll do it for this video. I'll just pull a card for each sign. But yeah, with the presence of the nodes, it's going to bring twists from the last book to help you see in a new way. But that's really what I want to hit home. This Pisces season is the end of last Aries season. So this is So why is this important? On top of it being the last, and at the same time, it also being a conclusion, right? Because at some point in 2010, Uranus was in Pisces. So instead of concluding the harvest, we started the Uranus harvests in Pisces. We were sowing the seeds in our imagination versus now we're sowing these seeds physically. Okay, it's what drew on it here. Very, very important. So instead of 2010, where we were sowing the seeds in Pisces, now we sowed the seeds in Taurus. So now Pisces is concluding that while also being the last sign. That means everything you've been building up, you're going to experience all of it over the next 30 days. How does that feel? How does that make you feel? And is that what it feels like? Am I capping? Is that actually what it feels like? I want you to really contemplate on that. There is a purpose to this. The purpose to this is to prepare you for the North Node in Aries, where you come into all of this and then you transcend your identity by establishing through destiny this identity. Pisces season is going to have you experience, oh my gosh, everything I was being told I'm delusional about is actually more based in reality than I could have ever experienced. I'm literally experiencing it. And then you're going to move forward in Aries as this completion. Okay. And what's also very important here is that, oh, and Jen, this is the most important thing. There's literally nothing for you to do. That's the most important thing. I want you, like, you can comment on one if this resonates with you, but Spirit has been testing you through the fog. The initial Saturn Pisces test is, we're going to hold back your results. You had like crazier results than you have, but we're holding it back just to see if you think you need the results to believe in them, and it didn't stop you. Some of you are like, okay, I can see how this is getting in the way. This is getting in the way. But I mean, I know I'm worth it. So I'm just keep going. Many of you didn't even complain. So now it's just flooding Pisces season where it all comes in at once. Whereas before Saturn put the delay, it's like, no. We want to see if they really believe it. And now for those of you who have, all of you commenting one, this is it. Trust me when I say everything. This is going to be the first installment, the next year conjunction. And that's another thing that I want to show you. Okay, the difference between this year and next year. The kazimi next year, I showed you that already in the beginning. It's going to bring it out here. So that whole ark ride, this is the Noah's Ark ride. In Noah's Ark, Nephilim were flooded. And this was so that a new world could be repopulated. We're getting ready to enter wars, apparently, according to the government. So, like, this arc represents your imagination. When people hit you with mandates that it's not about, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do this. If you want to do it, no one should stop you. That's the thing. If you don't want to do it, no one should stop you. It's more independence and autonomy and your individual rights, the rights of the individual. This is very, very, very important. Okay. Forget the rhetoric and the what ifs and the hypotheticals. This is about you and your integrity to walk and own this authenticity. And this is what you're carving through this North Node, through every individual action you are taking. Okay. That being said, in coming in to this full dream, the Saturn and Neptune conjunction is going to initialize seeds in order to bring about this totality. You're getting ready to establish the full karma and lesson of everything you've been experiencing to come into a final belief before we start the cycle new again. This is going to, with Saturn, carve through all the feigning of confusion. You're going to see so much through gaslighting and manipulation. Pisces helps you see through genjutsu and illusions by helping you apply analysis and psychoanalysis of nuances relative to what people mean behind their intentions. So certain people will on full blast be feigning confusion in an attempt to guilt or shame you out of a belief. And as it doesn't work because there's integrity in your beliefs, this is going to expose the nature of where this is coming from. And this is going to open up a new era and precedent where you have full control over aspects of your imagination you may not have ever realized existed. Once again, welcome to Pisces season. This is the arc ride of a lifetime, and this is preparing you to experience the beginning of the end of the world as you know it. Drink water. Shout out to Patrick CC. All right. So please understand that these weak, inferior, complex projections from people with inferiority complexes, if you notice, all these people have been able to do is make high school insults and twist the meaning of what you're saying in order to trivialize the true core. They never address the core root of what you're saying. And that's because the core root of what you're doing and saying is based on truth. And this is how, whether they're aware or not, and once again, this is easily proven. They will make jokes, they will trivialize it, they won't take it serious, but never without deflecting or creating red herrings or straw men have they ever addressed the truth of what you're doing. That's a form of witchcraft, whether they're aware they're being possessed or willingly doing so. Manipulation. And what you may not be aware of is, since they're not able to manipulate you, that creates cognitive dissonance within their souls, and it frustrates the bejesus out of them. Slurp, 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 slurp. All right, my bad. When called out, they can't respond. Because if they were someone who was secure in themselves and was listening to you to understand, they would respond. But they're an agent. The most important thing about this Noah's Ark ride is it's going to reveal all the people in your life who have been designated agents to you. The whole framework of nuclear families, heterosexual, homosexual relationships, every single social dynamic that's been introduced since modern civilization is deteriorating in front of your very eyes. And because people are so distracted, they don't even know it's happening right under their nose. We are putting it all away. This is activating, once again, a new cycle that we're not going to see in over 250 years. So the full sum total of the supernatural abilities you have been harvesting, you are experiencing the completion of. Aquarius season is where you proper completed it. Pisces is you experiencing what that completion looks like. And then you move into that direction in Aries. Okay. The reason why you want to get excited is you have already broken through into your talents and abilities. So just like Noah's Ark, you are seeing an abrupt end towards certain things in your life that maybe you might have depended on. Maybe you might have tied your sense of identity to. You must now go on this faith journey and ride this arc. Let me not keep this vague. Once again, this arc is your imagination and belief. Everything that you believe about yourself and your life in integrity that is being tested so that you practice what you preach is going to have you make it through these floodwaters. All right. Let me give you a classic example of how this is going to go down. When you are mandated to take something and you have a strong belief in your healing abilities, in fact, your healing abilities was a major feature of the last book, and you overcame imposter syndrome after you've healed so many people and overcome doubt in other people, that the first chapter of this book is you finally making the resolute decision to bet on yourself and to be a healer. Okay. And now when shit gets real moving forward, okay, especially with Chiron and Aries, where you healed yourself and can heal others more, now it's not enough for you to say you believe in healing. It's time to practice what the fuck you preach. It's time to be tested. Listen, if you do not take this treatment, you cannot enter this store. Okay. You might very well contract this. And if you don't use our treatment, you're not going to get healed. And this is where in this book, you may even contract the illness and then use your healing powers to heal it. This is what I mean by Noah's Ark. As you're building this ark, people are telling you you're an idiot. Mind you, no one had ever seen rain before. This is the most important part. When Noah's Ark happened, no one had ever seen rain before, hypothetically, in this narrative. So it's not like, okay, yeah, it's not going to rain. They never even seen that concept. And he built this ark, just like some of you healing people with your energy in mind. And you have people saying that's not logical. That's not even regulated. That's not clinical. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't account for our biological and anatomical knowledge. And you're showing them, okay, well, you just showed me with your gadgets that I'm healthy, though. You just said that I'm healthy, though. So clearly, I used my healing power to heal. Well, you shouldn't even, you're supposed to still be sick. You shouldn't even be healthy, really. You still need to take our treatment. And now you are using your own ability, your God-given power and ability to sail through this arc. This is what is going to charge your belief. And after Saturn and Pisces, you have proven to yourself that your own beliefs can sail you through stuff you may be forced to do, but no one can force you to do anything. Now, here's the thing. A lot of what you're believing in, especially since 2023, where it entered in March, you have already, so when it entered in Pisces season, or when it entered in Aries season, the beginning of Aries season, when we had the initial square in Gemini season to Saturn, and then we had the opposition to Saturn in Virgo, and then we had the square to Saturn in Sagittarius, this was your initial experience of your supernatural abilities coming to the final level. So I want you to comment a 3 if you have experienced in June 2023, September of 2023, and Sagittarius of 2023, evidence of you being able to use on command abilities. What you might want to see is maybe it's still in the beginning phase, but like it's no longer a doubt for you. It's okay if you're still wondering how to express that. But I want to really All right, that's beautiful. So here's the thing. That was the equivalent of adjusting your perception for you to know, okay, we got this. And now you're going to see the volume knob turn up and you will maximize it as Saturn continues to go through. Here's the thing. The potential of your being and everything that you feel you can do, it's nothing compared to the rest of this cycle. Like you don't even really truly know your potential yet. So some of you may feel like, oh, I still need to do this. I still need to get, no, you don't. No, you don't. And someone said a comment where she said, okay, I have a lot to do in 30 days. Here's the best part. Okay. There's nothing for you to do. I challenge you to do literally nothing all month. All right. Mathematically, This phase, of course, anything you feel you have to do, but I challenge you not to do it. And anything that's not meant for you will leave, and everything that's meant for you will stay. Okay. That sounds very radical, but it's not. So check this out. This mathematical angle is the completion of a harvest during the final sign, not of cardinal activity, but of happening. Okay. So this is and asking cardinal people not to do anything is difficult because you guys have a driver of the moon and Cap. You feel like you have to do. Don't fuck insurance. Don't pay that shit. I'm so serious. Like, you can do it, right? But you know what I'm saying? Whatever penalties come with it, right? But here's the thing. There's nothing for you to do. All right. And I mean that as far as like anything extra on top of what you're doing that you don't have to do it. So listen, when you're harvesting crops, when you're sowing the seeds, you have to tend to the crops. You have to make sure you nurture it. It's integrating, right? You did all the work you have to do. You did all the work April to September and November. And then there's the work of harvesting. Now we have to actually harvest the crops. We have to sort out the weeds. We have to sort out what's salvageable. We have to throw that away. We have to put all that. You completed it. This is the phase where now we're divvying up everything that you harvested. Everything that it is that you achieved. This is where you're coming into the experience. This requires you to just be. Just imagine. Just imagine. I wish someone could smack my face right now. Imagination, blah, 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 blah. I am such a hypocrite because it's so hard for me to actually allow and surrender, but literally just chill. And this is where, listen, at a core level, the reason why you feel like you have to do something is because you feel like you're not enough. You fundamentally believe if you don't do anything, then it's going to maintain. You need to run through this hoop, but that's not true. Literally anything can happen that can change your life in one decision. We know this is true. Many of you, if you won $5 million right now, there's a lot of stuff you're doing now you would stop doing because you wouldn't have to do it. So the universe is saying, why wait until you win $5 million? What do you think this Pisces season is? You are coming into a totality of change. Like, listen, this is Saturn and Neptune. You're not entering this portal and leaving it the same. This is it. You are getting ready to come into the completion of a total harvest. You're going to sow the seeds back and reinvest back into. It's a contract. Listen, this month, the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus are signing contracts with Kronos. When we do the Mars transit talk, this happens every 2 years. The 2020 Mars-Saturn contract was in Capricorn, and that was the pandemic. The 2022 Mars Aquarius Saturn contract brought the Ukraine war. Do you see where I'm going with this? Guys? So we're going to have the Mars Pisces Saturn kazimi 2024. This is it. This is the final effect of what the first two were. And this is the full blossoming and effect of your power. Okay. Through the experience of everything you can use your imagination to accomplish it with, hence the arc. Okay. So allow this to unfold for you. You have to be okay with changing your direction. You have to be okay with changing your beliefs. A large facet of what's going to change your beliefs is the haunting realization that you are awakening abilities and perspectives that enhance your living. Okay. Shout out to, of course, Infinity Club. You will be able to access the replay for the Peace Report and the Tribe Reports. All right. So with that being said, The first part of this Pisces season is similar to now embarking on this boat ride. It's quite literally like pushing the boat forward, and then we're going to get to the kazimi and start moving in that direction. But since this is floodwaters that lifted the boat up, this is you now settling into the realization that we're moving on this journey. Okay, there's a direction we're getting ready to move in towards. All right. You're going to experience the end of certain concepts. This is not uncommon at all. Concepts end maybe every day, but there's a totality to the end of certain themes that you will play your hand into experiencing anything. Allow the insecurity and weakness of others to spiral out of control because you never conceded. This is going to now expose the demonic nature, or let me not say demonic, the cursed spiritual nature of all the evil they have seeded and planted in their hearts. Evil doesn't always look like kidnapping babies. Evil could be the willful and consistent decision to knock you off your path of truth, off whatever you walk in integrity, just so that they can fulfill their confirmation bias and ease their cognitive dissonance. Okay. But clearly you're built different. And this is what's going to have you come into everything you've put into work since April and May of 2023. The first facet of this is going to be the rollout of your supernatural abilities. The first part of this transit happens in 2 phases: pre-full moon, post-full moon. So we are looking at the first 8 to 9 days of Pisces season. As we start, the moon in Cancer will quite literally guide us intuitively with the Saturn and Neptune trine to feel in the direction we can take our imagination. The moon in Leo will now enact this Virgo signature to integrate the strengthening of our conviction and emotions so that we can put together creatively how powerfully we will not only be able to master techniques based on how creatively we can imagine, but this is also going to charge the energy required to pull off jutsu and techniques you will be learning and practicing with your imagination. And that's what leads us to the full moon. The full moon is pivotal because Mercury in Pisces will also be opposing. This is going to link this analytical emotional understanding with your brain processing metaphysical phenomena. And it's going to give you a detailed understanding of how to see into the unseen without having to be a Pisces or a Sagittarius. Badumts. And this is what's also going to prepare to harvest the supernatural energy of the will and the force you activated during the new moon in Aquarius. Whereas the new moon in Capricorn took power and converted it to energy, the new moon in Aquarius is taking energy and it's converting that energy to produce a magical effect. Well, ever since that new moon in Capricorn, we're ready to understand the totality of this effect with this full moon. This is going to be quite literally jumping into this rabbit hole. Okay. And finally, unnerving yourself. This is an alignment that has been destined since the ages, and Pluto is also 1 degree. Every degree it moves in intensifies this connection universally like 1,000,000-fold. So the moon in Virgo and its Libra signature 180 degrees is going to now harvest a change in your perspective and beliefs. This is a game changer. The harvest is going to last from Moon Virgo to Moon Sagittarius. So we're getting an analytical, detailed, contextual understanding of the metaphysical experience that is us blossoming our supernatural abilities. So we will understand how to function and imagineer. And then once it completes the harvest with the moon in Sagittarius, we will interpret the meaning of what we analyzed. You're going to see the meaning of this change. That means it's happening. It's happening. You're going to experience it. You're going to feel it just like you have been all year, but now we're coming into a full completion. Okay. And so the moon in Virgo is you not only understanding the receipts of everything that you have been tying together through your imagination, it's also going to bring a consistency and a causality for you to now understand metaphysical mechanics of how to control your imagination to warp reality. This is why Mercury getting ready to kazimi the sun with Saturn is one of the most significant aspects of not just the season, but the entire year. This is going to initiate a reality warping protocol to align your own thoughts in connection with the universe and realms beyond experience, aka your imagination. And this is what's going to enable you to quite literally channel this through and create your immediate reality like you were an artist using your imagination to paint this canvas. Okay. What I want to highlight is that in harvesting this blossoming, this is going to tie together your lower mind that analyzes information and experiences with your higher mind that connects you with higher perspectives of what these experiences mean and how to prepare you to move frame by frame in every moment. So the moon in Virgo with the full moon, this Pisces season is one of the best seasons of the year. This is going to really help you understand the receipts of everything you've been channeling since Aquarius season. And then you're going to understand the presentation of these receipts with the moon in Libra, but not before the faded kazimi. This brings us now into the next part of the Pisces season transit. The moon in Libra, in making the Scorpio signature, is going to transform everything you believe. So very important. Okay. By the time we get into February 28th, your belief now versus by then will completely transform because you're going to go in believing, you know what? I am capable of achieving these supernatural feats. I am, this is what I believe about this situation. Then the full moon is going to harvest legitimate receipts. And then when you apply and understand in Libra how presenting these receipts create these social dynamics, because it's like, hey, motherfucker, you were literally lying to me. This is going to change your beliefs because you're going to experience the effect of how right you were or how wrong you were. The beautiful thing about this analysis is that it is corrective in behavior. The moon in Virgo may enlighten you. You're fucking delusional. You are very wrong about this perspective. And that allows us to change it into one that's right. This is the purpose of squares and oppositions. So it's going to let you know how accurate you are or how inaccurate you are. In many experiments, it is common to be wrong. You want to be wrong so that we can, through analysis, correct. And by the time you present this in Libra, now you are actually experiencing you presenting your superpowers, and it's going to change what you believe because it's like, well, I'm doing it. Oh my gosh. If I didn't believe it before, I believe it now because it's literally harvesting. And that's what brings us now to the most important part of this year. Kazimi. Okay. this signature right here. But let me just bring it back because it looks like this is what's going to be kicking in here. Yeah. So the 28th and the 29th, by the time the moon goes into Scorpio, I want you to see how it's Saturn, Mercury, and the sun. We're going to talk about this during the Mercury transit talk. Mercury is signing a contract with Kronos, and the sun, your conscious awareness, is the witness. The first thing we want to establish is that this yearly contract we did last year was at the very end of Aquarius. The totality, 29 degrees of knowledge with which you signed the contract to imprint this knowledge through neural pathways in your thinking, with which you broke through and harvested by August. Now we're applying this completion of harvest through this knowledge, and we are affecting 30 years in the making, not only this kazimi here, but with the sun. This is one of the most powerful aspects of the year. This is going to give you some of the greatest epiphanies you have ever had in your entire existence. Talk short of life. Okay. The sun is your conscious awareness, and Mercury is your brain's ability to process information. It's your inner magician. When you actually consider sorcery or Jujutsu Kaisen, techniques channel through the prefrontal cortex of your brain. And I really love that it was written like that, because it is your brain that functions all your psychic ability. So what happens if you not only unlocked that fully, but you are aligning everything that your brain is making you consciously aware of with everything that you are processing with this conscious awareness? If you want an analogy, okay, if I were to send a bird out to gain information from me, right, while I'm still moving forward, once that bird comes back, I'm coming into a message that I'm moving forward. Now I know, okay, the bird let me know what is about the land that I'm about to step into. So that's Mercury moving forward and then retrograding, conjunction. Then I took the bird to go back the land that I just crossed. And now that bird is coming back to recap. Boom, we're ready to go. So now Mercury is getting ready to move forward again, and you're getting ready to send your brain to process information ahead of you being aware of it. And that's why this activation is so important. Now the message is coming back to you be aware of. And on top of that, we are initiating and sowing the seeds for this integrity of beliefs. This is warping reality. You are using the integrity of everything you believe to, at a mental level, think, believe, and change your reality. But at its most simplistic form, you are instilling behavioral patterns on everything that you decide to believe in moving forward. If anything, this could even just represent the goals. You can make this real for you by actually writing a contract to the sun, Saturn, and Mercury. Not in this weird way where you're deifying them. No, in a way where they work for you and you're commanding the cosmos. These are energies that are waiting for you to call on them, because God has given you the authority to trample over serpents and scorpions. So you can literally write a contract with everything that you commit to doing. We're going to do this again with Venus and with Mars. And this is what is going to pretty much, you're going to do it consciously or unconsciously, but this is what is going to pretty much sow the seeds for this next level of how fluidly you can literally perform magic with just your mind. Another very beautiful, important thing about this is so example of contracting with the deities, right? I share this story all the time. All right. And once again, like certain people worship these gods, right? I don't believe in that. I don't believe that we're reflections of each other. These we exist in the solar system, but like these reflections are representatives of how we're connected to everything. And I'm just going to say it's like free source energy, the Jupiter one, right? So the way that I can connect with it is the way you connect with it. Obviously, someone like Quando Rondo, who has Jupiter on his sun, is very lucky. And there's video footage of him entering a store and immediately winning $30,000 in a slot machine. Call Lil Tim. Call Lil Tim. I went to the slot machine and then I was yelling at Jupiter. I was like, oh, you're not going to show me love? You're not going to show me no love? But, every time I've hit up Zeus, he's hit me back instantly with receipts every fucking time. On 2 occasions, I have asked Zeus to send something and he sent it through a Sagittarius. Sag is the son of Jupiter. These are signs here. So there's a functional basis with which we can interact with these higher representations of our consciousness. Religion and science teaches you to look at these things as separate from you, but they're just organs. They are literally astrally cosmic organs that exist connected, quantum entanglement, to you. So it's just like how everyone can harness a tap. You don't have to worship the sink, but you can use the sink. But now this planet is alive. It is a conscious being. Okay. So that's an example of how you can draw contracts. You can and it's literally as simple as just making a commitment. You're not praying to the planet. You're just established. It's just like how you need a notary public to stamp an official. That's kind of what the authority of that is. So this is a period of time where you want to commit to everything you want to see. So you're taking beliefs in Pisces and you're engineering it to be a habit and behavior in Virgo. Let me break down the axis of magic that you will experience this year. You are going to see your dreams come true. You are creating the dream Pisces season. That dream comes true Gemini season. You live the dream Virgo season, and then you see the meaning of that dream Sag, adjust, and then you do it again. Boom. All right. That's so, and you're not limited to this, but it's a very beautiful way to just ride the flow of the transits and allow it to work with you. Okay, that's why I kind of teach this. If you know how the planets are flowing, you could literally just let the planets do everything for you. Okay. And when I say do everything for you, I really mean do everything for you. It's a work and exercise of alignment. It's not blaming stuff on the astrology. It's taking responsibility and owning everything you have, whether you have a bad or a good hand. Someone with a bad hand can still win a game. So when you do this, you empower yourself. Religion has tried to take this power away from you. Science has tried to convince you that it's not power, it's an illusion. And, I'm here to remind you what you've always known. You got this. You really do got it like that. And this is more than me just being a hype man. You really do got it like that. So it's time to really unpack how to fully blossom this to the final level, because this is everything you're going to need next year when we step into the new world order. And now the fight for your individual rights will be on your front door, but you have supernatural abilities that you have mastered throughout this arc ride that, it's going to prepare you to represent the God within. Boom. And that's what brings us to the moon in Scorpio. The moon in Scorpio is going to be the final harvesting transformation of this belief, because now you are understanding the wisdom of these recent actions taken and this shifting of perspective to where now we finally complete the harvest during the moon in Sagittarius. And this is what's going to now help you understand the meaning of everything you've just shifted in your belief. So by the time we step into March 4th, this is preparing you to step into the eclipse in Aries, hence the trine with Chiron in the North Node. Okay. So with that being said, the second part of this Pisces season is from the kazimi of the sun and Saturn to the kazimi of the sun and Neptune. I really like this flow of events. It doesn't need to happen in a specific order, but what this is like is Sun and Neptune is like going off the deep end. It's you fully believing in the facets of your imagination. I'm still figuring it out, Banshee. I'm still very clueless, but you guys have helped me realize just a little bit of how magic I am, and I thank you every day for it eternally. Okay, so before you go off the deep end, you need an anchor. You need an anchor with which, where you're completely lost and inundated, you have something that takes you back to the core of yourself. This anchor is your arc. This anchor is in the form of an integrity, thank you, of beliefs, okay? That no matter what situation you're in, you will hold to these beliefs. No matter who tries to tempt you away from these beliefs, you are going to stay true to these beliefs, and you will be tested during various phases so that you can strengthen the quality of these beliefs. Simple as that. Okay. So the Saturn kazimi is you establishing this anchor. Okay. And in establishing this anchor, it's going to prepare you to now go in through Neptune, where this is going to really activate a transcendent quality. Appreciate you, Jensen. A transcendent quality of your imagination that's going to take you beyond everything that you thought possible. This is where now, with that anchor, once again, everything that you remember, okay, I know in this situation, even though this is beyond my control, I know in this situation, this is what I promised myself I will believe. That's it. That's all you have to do. You're going to sign 3 contracts, one with the sun, with Mercury. That's your brain and consciousness. Then you're going to sign a heart contract, exalted. Venus is going to be exalted in her penthouse suite. Okay, Pisces gives Venus preferential treatment, which I don't know how I feel about that. Like when Mercury goes to Pisces land, they give Mercury, this is Hermes, my G. They give Hermes like a regular suite. They're like, okay, yeah, you can use that suite over there. What? When Venus shows up, they're all like, oh my God, Queen Aphrodite, you can have the best penthouse suite here. We got everything for you. They throw out petals for her. I'm like, where was this? Where was this energy for when Hermes came through? Where was this energy for when Mars came through? They be throwing out the woodworks for Venus, bro. I've never seen anything like it. They're just, oh yes, anything you want, Queen. Anything you want. I can only imagine. This shit is crazy. I'm a little jealous. I'm not trying to hate, but like, if you knew, they literally like trip over themselves for her. I'm just like, what the fuck? This is crazy. They be showing, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm hating. I need to stop hating. But the exaltation is real, B. So Venus is going to be the heart contract. And now that your brain has aligned with everything you're committed to believing, and your heart has aligned with everything you're committed to believing and loving, this is going to prepare for Mars, your actions, to now commit to every action you should believe you do. That means don't force yourself to do anything before that. If you're feeling restless, you still need to allow yourself the ability to allow this to unfold. And Sage Page, I love your comment, because Pisces season is the season where we're going to turn this fully into an anime. Okay. The Neptune Sun kazimi is an animator. This is what's going to fill in the colors. So Saturn is you writing the manga, and then we're gonna fill in the color. That's why we need the anchor first. We need the anchor. Crazy analogy, but something to keep in mind. Okay, so we see that the Saturn kazimi brings us through the moon in Cancer to the full moon in Virgo to moon in Scorpio. Okay. And relative to that, this puts you in a position to, from moon in Scorpio to about the new moon in Pisces, prepare for, seriously, so lovely, prepare for the Hunger Games, as well as the next pandemic, as well. I hope there's not another pandemic, as well as the Neptune kazimi. So this is where the moon in Sag is showing you the preparation for this new moon. And once again, you know what I'm saying? Like the full moon harvest, right, of this perception. Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful. The full moon harvest of this perception is very important because you're converting energy to perspective. So by the time we come in the moon in Sag, you're completing that perspective and you're getting ready to activate a new belief. You're converting the knowledge you have just downloaded to experience how it is that it works so that you can move forward and make a belief based off of that. Now, peep this, y'all. This is a phenomenal verse that I think is an amazing theme. And of course, immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. You of little faith, he said, why did you doubt? And if you know that verse, you know that verse is associated to, of course, you know what I'm saying, Jesus walking on water, okay? Because when you doubt yourself, right, you don't allow the chakra to be at the soles of your feet. See, Jesus was teaching his disciples chakra manipulation, and Peter just didn't believe that he can harness the chakra on his feet enough to actually walk on water. And this is quite literally your opportunity to fly, to walk on water. You know what I'm saying? To be in a position to, and listen, I'm not joking. I mean, this is not an analogy. Literally walk on water. Some of you do not realize you can walk on water. Some of you do not realize quite realistically that with the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Like certain people still think that's just like an analogy. Like, no, you can literally walk on water. All right. Just because you don't see everybody doing it doesn't mean that it can't be done. Most people can be president, but only a handful of people ever become one, and only fewer run. So this is about actually creating the mechanics to do this. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Okay. So like, this is where you're going to really experience this. By the time, and he was sleeping through the storm, that is a bar. There is a major storm. He is sound asleep. And when I read that, I couldn't help but think that this man is a troll. This man is a fucking troll. I'm gonna just be completely honest. Like, you mean to tell me your man's is tripping like, oh my god, oh no, oh, and you literally just sleeping like, wake him up, wake him up. And then you literally leave the boat and you start walking on water. You're a troll. Why would you troll your mans like that? You know they're completely scared, and you're just like, whoosh, storm over. Like, what? That's crazy. I'm sorry. That just always rubbed me the wrong way. Like, Jesus, like, you didn't have to troll him like that. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I want to really invite you to accept these seemingly radical and controversial concepts, because they're not. There's going to be a lot of things you were told that was controversial and fantasy that you're experiencing. Classic case of example. Certain people are dead set on the belief that I am a scam artist just off of the fact that I teach astrology. They cannot wrap around their peanut processing brains that there is any validity in astrology. So, from the outside looking in, even though there's nothing based in reality that can actually prove this, they are convinced, recirculating faulty rhetoric that, well, I clearly have to be lying to you guys because astrology isn't real. Predictions are not real. Psychic abilities are not real. But I know that is a fucking lie because I have literal receipts of me making prediction. My latest prediction was me quite literally predicting revelation of espionage. And 2 days later, Tucker Carlson is interviewing Vladimir Putin, President Vladimir Putin, who is exposing, and I'm not even the only person predicting things. Sloan Bella, Kendall Hott is out here. Okay. So clearly my work has spoken for itself, just like your work has spoken for itself. And this is what I mean now by transforming the status quo, because now your existence is ethering the beliefs of people who have tied their identity. Imagine tying your identity to a belief like that that's not even based in reality, and just by you being you crush that belief, and now they resent you for it, where certain elements of your lifestyle go against their belief, and all you can tell them to do is to suck your dick with your actions, of course. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are fucking amazing. And this is really a lot of that pivotal turning point that's going to put a lot, and I dare say a lot, into perspective here. Especially when we take into account the nature of everywhere we're getting ready to take this realization. And that leads us to the moon in Capricorn, that's now going to organize the direction collectively we take this belief in perspective, especially in trining Uranus and Jupiter direct, which is expanding our natural physical quality to augment this imagination over our 3D. And then the moon in Aquarius, one, awakening with Pluto and then touching base with Mars and Venus, are going to transcend our knowledgeable understanding of this belief, because now you've experienced yourself walking on water. So now everything that you believed before about not being able to walk on water has now quite literally obliterated those old beliefs and put you in a position to now prepare to plant new seeds on a new belief. Okay? And I think we all know what that new belief is. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can. That's the only part. I don't know any other lyrics. I neither. I don't know. That's the only part of the song I know. But like that's it. I want that to be your mantra. Quite literally, I spread my wings and I fly away. I think about it every night and day. The beautiful thing about that is that's the law of assumption. Okay. I have video links to guide you through this manifestation process. For those of you who want to see, canceled songs hit so different, especially when they're they feel taboo. Like, I'm not supposed to be singing this, but I am. Oh my God, it's so much better now that he's canceled. It's so much better now that he's canceled. Anyway, yes, here's the thing. Okay, so once again, with God, all things are most definitely possible. And it's very, 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 very important for those of you who practice manifestation and you get out your own way. You will see instant results. If there was ever a month to be fish-hearted, or if there's ever a month to practice the law of assumption, it is this month. If you look at the description box below and you click the description, you will see manifestation video, no action needed, an ultimate guide to the law of assumption. Your homework, should you choose to accept, is to listen to those videos and practice it all through Pisces season. There's nothing you have to do but that. You don't even have to do that. But if you do that, you will see results before the new moon. You will see results by the full moon. Instant results. Since now we've come to a peak harvest of these perspectives, magic, and energy, you are going to see instant results. No action needed is going to explain to you how. There's nothing you have to do. You're already doing it by being in that state. Okay. Whew. And just coming back into that state that you charge, you could feel it. You're in that end state. You're living it now. You're coming into it. Okay. You don't even have to believe it, but believing it will add supercharged fire to it. So that is the challenge. Okay. If you accept this challenge, you can make it a group project. And the reason why this is very important is that song is literally the law of assumption. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I think about it every night and day. The law of assumption is literally you flooding your subconscious mind with thoughts, thinking as if you've done it. Thinking as if you've done it. That's going to look delusional. Just like Jim Carrey looked delusional when he said that when he wrote a check for $10 million. This is a fact. And then he got that $10 million check. So was he really delusional, or did he think about it every night and day, and then he spread his wings and he flew away? It's literally that simple. How well can you dream your reality in 30 days? That is going to be this Pisces season that you sow the seeds for. The videos I have in the description box below will hand guide you on how to create this reality and everything you want to think, or at least guidelines, and do whatever you want with that. I am challenging you. By the time we step into Aries season, you will see results. Some of you talk in such defeatist languages. I have to ask, do you remember who you are? I know you're not out here saying I'm a god, but you're also saying, oh, I can't make that work. Oh, I wish this person will go out with me. Oh, it's not going to work. What are you fucking talking about? What are you fucking talking about? You have the decision to just decide you're receiving something and you'll receive it. You make the decision to get caught up on how things are not working for you. That is you fueling that magic. You can change your life right now. You just have to decide it. You're not waiting for something to happen. I know you are not out here talking about I am the creator of my own reality, and then you're getting heartbroken because of how someone treated you. What are you doing? Do you see how there is an inconsistency? You must commit. So the challenge you are accepting with this Saturn conjunction is everything that your mind, heart, and desire commits to believing. Saturn is saying, if you commit to this, I'm going to give you the bag. I'm good. Like, that's why you're signing the contract. Saturn doesn't want to give you this so that you sabotage it because you're not staying true to those beliefs. Because if you are, you're going to get an advance. Do you see the Jupiter sextile? That Jupiter sextile is a cash advance. So if you maintain integrity in your beliefs, you're not going to spend it all before it's time to actually use it. We can trust that you're going to, this is it. It's all integrity based. Whereas the people who spend it, they're not going to have much to show for it or anything completed. So for those of you who accept this challenge, congratulations, you've already won. Faith without works is dead. And the works that you are expressing is the action. A lot of you don't necessarily see this faith aspect as an action. So like when you have faith that you're going to make it through a situation, right? And now something in this situation comes up to challenge you to either believe or doubt. You believing is the work. And a lot of you don't see it as the work. You think, oh, I have to do something. That's why everything you do to force things to happen don't work or they're not fulfilling. You never have to force anything that's meant for you. That's what you're going to really learn here, because you are sourcing the energy from your body as a vehicle. Your brain frequency is aligning with it for you to go to it and bring it to you at the same time. Okay. So there's 3 manifestation videos in the description. That is your homework. Okay. Whether if you've seen it already, just practice it. If you haven't seen it, I am challenging you to watch it, practice it. And within 2 weeks of practicing this, truthfully, you will already start to see results. If I haven't seen results with this, I wouldn't share it with you. I can show you receipts right now. Some of you were with me live when it happened. I said on 2 separate occasions, I attract money to me effortlessly and easily. And even as I was saying it, I didn't fully believe it. I wasn't like, yeah. I was like, that would be cool if it happened. In less than 24 hours, I got an email from my 401k platform when I was paying myself payroll saying, we have $700 you have not claimed. Come and get your money. On the second occasion that happened within like a month or 2, I said, money flows to me naturally and easy, motherfucker. And in a day, I got an email from TuneCore, my previous music distributor, saying, hey, you have like $500 you haven't claimed. I cannot make excuses. I can now not say, oh, I wasn't able to make it work, when I can literally just speak money into my reality. And I can do this, which means y'all been doing this. There's not a single one of you who has never done this before. So what happens if you have full control over this dynamic? What happens if your ability to step into these mechanics have leveled up like never before? Okay, right? Welcome to the new moon. This is where you're going to plant these seeds that is going to activate the contracts that you have initially signed and prepare you for the Neptune kazimi. Mercury is also going to be at the peak of 29 degrees. So this is going to quite literally bring your brain processing the final meaning of the perspective before you start to direct your brain towards what actions to take and think off of. You're going to start to think who you are. And personally, a kazimi, a Kazimi, is the sun exactly conjunct a planet, or a planet exactly conjunct each other. It's a conjunction, a 0-degree conjunction axis. 29 Taurus, baby. 29 degrees Taurus. So This is what's going to activate the seeds being sown to officially bring in not only the beginning of the end of the world in this arc ride with the 1 degree Pluto Aquarius, but this is going to begin to shift your direction so we can prepare to move into Aries. This will be evidenced as not only do we step into the 3rd decan, but of course the moon goes into Aries with Mercury. This linking of your brain and soul, or receptivity and brain processing, will enable you to come into a raw, original understanding of the power of this belief. That being said, the Taurus 30-degree signature will immediately manifest this perspective through your understanding of, okay, this is where I should take it. Okay. Then the moon is going to go into Taurus, and this is going to strengthen that direction in having you ground supernaturally the physiological sensing through your 5 senses of your dream. Okay. This is going to go into now the moon in Gemini, and the moon in Gemini is going to be a 90-degree angle to shift your beliefs, because now you are integrating an understanding of truth that updates what you currently believed. For example, I believe I can find a life partner. And now the moon in Gemini is helping you understand the truth of this experience to realize, hey, there is a dating event you can go to, or it's quite possible your life partner could be here and here. Now I can adjust my beliefs to make them more specific. Or the moon in Gemini might reveal, hey, yeah, you can find your life partner, but the truth is, where you're at, you're not going to find them. So now I have to adjust my beliefs. Yeah, I still believe I can find it, but now I have to change where I'm at. This is an adjustment. Whether it's good or bad, it's really up to what you believe. Okay, this is where the seeds you planted in a new moon will break through the ground. And then we end Pisces season the way we started, slipping into a rabbit hole. And this is where, one, we have the kazimi with Neptune, and this is going to activate the full potential of your psychic ability. This year and next year is the last Sun Neptune kazimi we will have in 165 years. Pause for dramatic effect. My supernatural powers flow through me effortlessly. So you have power that's coursing through you. You have raw power. Raw power is your physical power that manifests physical strength through your 5 senses. This creates enlightenment, powering off the energy of your body so that you could project your consciousness and process with your brain. Then you have psychic power. Your thoughts manifest emotions. Psychic power through the function of feeling and sensing is now meta-human, moving forward to the superhuman Libra. Super strength of Leo, to have the courage to express your heart on stage and be a rare endangered lion like Tory Lanez. That motherfucker has super strength. Okay, it is what it is. And then you have Virgo, which is the mastery of perception, practice making perfect, okay, enhanced synesthesia, which is a super perception, which you present through Libra. Usher has superpowers, just watch and perform. That's a presentation and a charm. And then you have Scorpio, which is a psychological facet of super strength. Okay. So when we talk about supernatural, we're talking about the collective culmination of the individual and superpowers to now tap you into your universal self, the higher self playing you as an avatar. This brings us to Aquarius supernatural energy. Oh my God, I'm gonna have Pluto Aqua babies. Fuck. And of course, with Pisces, the divine perspective that is supernatural because it links you into the interconnectivity of everything else that exists. Hence, feeling at one with everything and not being separate, tapping into your God self. A drop of water returning back to the infinite ocean of paradise, nirvana. Well, whether it's paradise or not, it is what it is. But cool. So what makes this supernatural is that you're taking your, and that's the coolest thing about it. In many ways, it doesn't have to be anything as extreme as walking on water. I'm just saying flying because I want you to pick a goal that you think is impossible. You're before this year is over, you're going to make at least 5 impossible things possible. Okay. I don't got no supers. Okay. And so personally, this is putting you in a position to come into a metaphysical understanding of the mechanics based around the simplest of actions. Some of you may realize that every time you fart, you create a miracle, and you just thought it was a coincidence this whole time, but you didn't even realize your very farts are supernatural. So now you will never fart the same. Now it's like every fart is an exciting experience. And the coolest thing about magic is you can literally decide right now that every time you burp or fart or snap your finger, you will create a miracle. It's literally that simple. You can create and imagineer this into your perspective. And if you don't believe me, literally practice it. Expect it. Every time you snap, that's a miracle. I'm telling you, like once you break through with this, you will never burp or fart the same way. You wouldn't even feel embarrassed if you fart. You're like, well, that was a miracle. There you go. Like once you, I love that example. Like once you start to feel the uneasiness in your body, you're like, oh snap, a miracle's coming. Like I'm telling you, like this is just in the most natural facets of your perception and sensing. You're getting ready to re-engineer a higher meaning of. And that requires throwing away everything you've been taught about it. Because I'm sorry. Hey, you called me out. Yeah, my first email ever was nasty nebs. No, that's facts. Yo, the way Libra calls out my Aries is nasty. It's crazy. It's not nasty. It's ridiculous. I just feel so seen in the worst of ways. Cancer and Libra. Y'all be calling that shit out. Anyway, yes. No, the Cancer calls out my Capricorn, and then the Libra be calling out my Aries. And it just fucks me up. The way Cancer calls out my Capricorn is nasty, is vicious. Y'all are vicious. I'll just talk to a Cancer. I remember talking to Janice, and the whole time my moon in Capricorn was like, well, not the whole time, because I love talking to Janice. But of course, at some point, you know, my moon in Capricorn was like, all right, I'm gonna try and get out this conversation soon. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like tell her, okay, I gotta go. Can you tell me why Janice interrupted me mid-thought, like, motherfucker, I know you're not trying to leave the phone. I know you're not trying to hang up on me right now. I was like, the audacity, the fucking audacity. Cancer, you do this every time. Like, who asked you to feel what I was feeling? Who asked you to tell me what I was feeling and call me out for like, that's just such a weird feeling. I've never been checked like that before. I've never been, and it's always the divas. It's always the Leos who is doing this. It's always Leo that's like, you're not about to hang up with me. I'm about to hang up on you. Like, I'm still talking. Yes, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, the audacity for her to be this psychic. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. To this day. But hey, you learn how to deal with it. These tangents are crazy. Anyway, yes. So that's really how we're going to end the season, y'all. The kazimi is going to set us off. And then we step into Aries like bosses. This is very, very important because once again, this is the final step towards integrating and fully harvesting the necessary self-concept and belief that will guide you towards the eclipse. And once you step up on the Noah's Ark ride, the eclipse in Aries is going to be so important with Chiron. You'll be unlocking the key to your true individuality. And then we have the kazimi with Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus. Like every transit this year is bussing. Then Jupiter goes into Gemini. I just said bussing in a sense. Then Jupiter goes into Gemini and trines Pluto. So like, oof, you guys have a lot. We have a lot to look forward to. Okay. And this is where you're basically going to experience the full maturation of your supernatural abilities, similar to someone who's learned to ride a bike, right? Let's say it took you a period to learn to ride the bike, but when you learn to ride the bike, you still haven't gone on an entire bike journey. Well, now you've learned to ride the bike. You've learned to use your imagination. It's time to go on a journey and arc ride with it. And that's what's going to develop your character moving forward with this Aries transit. I want you to embrace the criticism. I want you to embrace the acceptance that you're so powerful and you're so strong that you trigger people who cannot stand to see you live your truth. And I don't mean people living a lie, saying that there's something they're not. I'm talking about those of you who have brought these beliefs to reality through your consistency and integrity. And you can pull receipts any day. As much as people may think what I do is fake, I can give them a reading on the spot and break down everything I have to mathematically. I can conduct myself in integrity. And like nobody can take that from me. Just like you have built habits that nobody can take from you. We're still just getting started as the world is beginning to end as we know it. And once we step into Aries season, Venus and Mars are going to sign their contract with Saturn. So prepare. We end Pisces season with your brain activating this destiny cycle. So with that being said, do you have chortles? I'm going to do the live readings. Tiffany and Anthony, thank you for sending me your chart. For those of you who would like a card, I'll also open live readings for that too. Click the description box below. You'll be able to see all the payment methods. But yeah, just for old time's sake. And I'll probably bring it back during the transit talks as well, which are publicly available. I'm going to read for each sign. The star card fell out, guys. The King of Swords and the star card fell out. So it's time for you to be recognized for what you're an expert in. Okay, especially with the 10 of Wands. The burden you've been carrying, like let me be completely real with you. Some of you have been carrying a burden. Some of you have talent unbelievable that you just never felt recognized for. You feel like you're good at something that no one really even sees the value in enough. And it's like, no, that's a lie. Like you're getting ready to be recognized on a universal level for everything that you're an expert in. No matter how trivial idiots around you may have kind of influenced you to feel, because they will never be on your level. So you might have not accounted for the fact that you are in an entirely different plane of existence than other people are when it comes to certain subjects and when it comes to the development of your character. And this is literally urging you to never give up belief in that, because you're going to quite literally see yourself ascend into that toast. Okay, Linda, if you click the description box below, you will see how much they are, because I think that for certain links there might be a discount, but regardless, it's going to be 20, I believe. Sage Page, I really appreciate you. Okay. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, even just taking the time out of your day to just listen to my message and apply it in any way you want is a supreme honor. Money can't buy this, whether it's one person or 5,000 people. I'm honored to serve. I'm quite literally honored to serve. This is amazing. This is super awesome. Yes, it must come from the inside. That is the most important lesson here. So, all right. That being said, I'll do a mini pick a card reading after 2, and then we'll go into the live readings. So, first of all, we're going to pull a general card for everybody. We have the Lovers card as an underlying theme. And this is coming with the Princess of Wands. So seeing Venus's ingress into Pisces out of Aquarius is going to also be completing that 270-degree angle with Uranus and Jupiter. There are very exciting new concepts and directions you can open up with relative to this choice for you to not only love, but to be around people who foster and stimulate your heart and mind. Okay. So the opportunity to engage romantically will be here. The opportunity to engage platonically with people who you share hobbies with will be here. And the Page of Wands is urging you to have a very creative, open-minded attitude that takes risks and does things you are excited about that you may have never done before. I'm not going to lie. Lovers and Page of Wands is also getting very excited, like a kid does, about the prospect of new romance. So that doesn't have to apply to an actual romantic relationship, but you're going to gain some very exciting news. Just know that this is like the reunion of soulmates who are just getting to know each other again for the first time. All right. And this will reflect for sure in the inner union. And thank you very much, that girl from yonder. All right. So Aries, let's get it. The message that Aries has for you, okay, is that we have the Five of Wands and, two cards wanted to come out. The Nine of Pentacles and the Princess of Cups. So the main card for you is the Nine of Pentacles. Aries, this should not be surprising. You have Jupiter and Uranus in your second house. You're getting fucking money. Like you getting money. This is the establishment of your independent wealth. And some of you are already rich as fuck. So like this is just going to open up more in your portfolio. This is independent wealth. Some of you have isolated yourself to achieve this. And that's why I like the Page of Cups. You're falling in love again with this autonomy and independence. This could be you just feeling loopy, you're awakening intuitive gifts. And the underlying theme here is the competitive struggle. This is the Lord of Strife. So the Five of Wands is like a pickup basketball game. It's a clash of egos and enough struggle and environment to grow through that struggle. But I mean, you're with all the smoke, Aries. So like this is really going to be you standing out by stepping into competitive situations. It doesn't have to really be that deep where you're actually fighting people. But the Nine of Pentacles is you leading ahead and really establishing your work. You're getting money. I'm not even going to try and about you're going to get fucking money. You're going to get a lot of money. You're going to get a lot of money. You're going to get a lot of money. Okay, just making sure we're clear. All right, cool. Mars and Venus in your 10th is going to link you with the right, in your 11th is going to link you with the right people, which you're going to immediately like bank because they're going to be like, oh, you're the one for real. Like, you really got it like that. Okay. Taurus. If Aries is getting the bag, Taurus, you are the bag. You are the money. You're literally a walking $1 billion right now. Okay. just the innovation rummaging from you. And that's realistic because there are a lot of projects that you're just thinking up that are like $1 million ideas that you can act on and literally make them. Okay, cool. So we do have the Knight of Swords. The underlying theme here is you receiving a message. It's you coming into enlightenment through conversations with people, and it's you moving forward on an idea quite quickly. The thing with the Knight of Wands is they can rush to conclusions. So this is rushing to the right conclusion, but it's really coming into a very quick and decisive nature of information that enlightens you to the truth. This could also represent someone who you'll be dealing with that could be an intellectual whippersnapper, but it's you really being sharp in your thinking. And now this is weird because with the 7 of Cups, yeah, we have like the 11th house, Pisces effect. But the 7 of Cups is this creative visualization that's going to help you see through deception, as well as literally have you play with altered states of consciousness. And this might even be without using any drugs. So the Knight of Swords as an underlying theme is because your mind is sharp. The 7 of Cups comes up when we're offered things that, everything that glitters isn't gold. You have like so much options, and you're going to be able to realize and discern what's not for you, what's really just a waste of time. All right. But these are elements of things you felt were too good to be true, just happening like that. All right. You want to be mindful of escapist tendencies or escapism. But once again, since the underlying theme is the Knight of Swords, this is actually disillusionment. So this is going to enable you to make the most of a lot of what people around you could be bringing you that could deter you. All right, cool. Ooh, I skipped Gemini. All right, cool. So we do have justice. The underlying theme, Gemini, is on one layer. Everything that has been done to you that is outside your control, that has been underhanded, that has not by any way been fair, is not only getting rectified, but because of your actions, you're transforming the status quo. For example, imagine if an entire industry and organization stops you from putting out a project, and then not only do you still put out that project, but that project goes number one. So it's like, even though everyone was trying to stop certain things from coming out, it didn't stop everyone from listening to it. Even people's attempts to call your project unreviewable trash didn't stop people from loving it. So now what that does is now it takes this criticism, it takes this immovable object, and now people are looking at it like, wow, you're not a threat. If you tried to do everything and it didn't work, your threatening aura is an illusion. You're a bunch of frauds. And the Justice card here is you coming into everything that you have earned and that you are worth. The Justice card here is also a balancing of your connections with people that will make sure you're on the same page, especially with paperwork that needs to be signed. And we have this with the Hermit. So we have this with the Hierophant. So some of you may become gang leaders, but the High Infinity Gang, no, I'm joking. The Hierophant and the Justice card for some of you is marriage. All right. These are 2 marriage cards for those of you who are wanting to step into a much more powerful commitment. But really, the Hierophant is establishing an organization, a church, a group, joining it, leading it. You are being a guide with the keys of knowledge that you're going to establish. And the underlying theme of justice is like, if I create a school or if I create a hospital, if my legal paperwork is not on point, that hospital is going to get shut down. But the justice card is that your paperwork is on point. So like this is going to enable you to, and that double major aspect is crazy. So this is powerful in you kind of completing a lot of what higher knowledge you've been learning. All right, so Cancer. Fucking genius. I promise you, like that's crazy. Just like he promised too. All right, we have the Last Judgment. This is very close to the death card. Cancer is saying Cancer is not playing with you, y'all. Okay, Cancer has been dishing some tea for a while. Okay, imagine knowing something about somebody that you know that if you told them, they wouldn't be able to handle it. It's like, nah, it is just too intense for them to accept. And now you're ready. You're ready. Okay, so the Last Judgment is awakening to your true higher purpose. But the energy I'm getting from this card is telling me everything that has not been revealed to you is getting revealed to you on full blast, telenovela style, crazy dramatics. This is going to be very powerful. And I think you may have the unintended effect of just kind of doing this to other people. I think some of you may not realize that you just casually saying 3 sentences imploded a detonation in someone's soul and broke them from the core because of how you said it, because of how you went in on someone and exposed them for who they are. Yeah. So, just keep that in mind. Very powerful energy, Pluto. And we have the Lover's card. So for some of you, this is going to break you into relationships that will quite literally transform your entire life. All right. The underlying theme here is awakening. So the main card here with the Lovers is you being with your soulmate. For some of you, your soulmate is your artist career, right? It's the friends along the way. But whether this is romantic or platonic, not only is this really you linking your mind and heart and being in love, it's awakening you to who you're meant to be with. It's awakening you to what you're meant to love. All right, which is powerful. Leo. Why you acting like a Leo? My bad. Oh nah. Okay. Oh, we don't have to make that song. Never mind. So we have the Two of Wands, the Lord of Dominion. Leo is saying that you have the world in your hands. You have options. Okay? You are deciding what the fuck it is you want. You have a creative vision of how you want to express yourself in the world. And now this is you with your resources deciding to do that. So the underlying theme here is once again very important. You have option. Like you're not limited by any means. And this is going to really take that power back, especially with the Six of Swords. Look at that. The Lord of Earned Success. So you're applying problem solving to put yourself in a position to sail towards a positive future. The Six of Swords, Mercury and Aquarius, is very peaceful because following the 5, and we know you, Leo, you create drama everywhere you go. I'm not saying that is a bad thing because most of that drama is fire and it makes boring people like me have something to live for, even if in the form of petty gossip. But you're going to overcome previous miscommunication, be like, hey, I didn't mean to flex on you like that in front of everyone. I know. I didn't mean to. I was on fire. Yeah, you want to go out tomorrow? You're going to just kind of mend certain things because some of you just flex for no reason. My bad. You're going to mend certain things, and this is going to enable you to move forward peacefully. You're going to be catching dubs. All right? You're going to actually come into greater peace, clear mindedness. Boom. Okay. Sorry, Virgo. Ooh. Yo, straight up. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's how you know we don't have a lot. Okay. Oh. So next we have the blasted tower. Okay. Virgo. Intuitively, what I'm feeling is thank you. Intuitively, what I'm feeling is the analogy I have is like if someone is lying to you, they're about to be caught in their lie. Okay. It's like imagine if someone was maintaining this scam or grift and then something unexpected happens that throws them off course and it exposes what they were doing, which would not be exposed if something like that didn't happen. So the blasted tower is enlightenment. Virgo, for better or worse, it's literally like Cancer who's awakening, but whereas Cancer is going to be a much more life-altering change, this is an immediate blast that's going to enlighten you to the truth of a situation. This is literally like winning the lottery. It's unexpected. Okay. So I feel like for many of you, this tower card is going to release a lot of pressure that's been around you that you've been wanting to release. It's going to finally like, poof. All right. Especially if you've been feeling antsy. And the main card we have here is the Queen of Wands, success in business. This is a bad bitch. You are a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch from the 90s. Call me Scary Spice. I stole that from Zach Fox. So this is really powerful for some of you. This is the presence of a very powerful and bold woman. All right. That's just going to basically inspire and lead forward. She's very fun. And I feel like this is you stepping into these qualities, whether it's through her or as her. Okay. Especially because of the boldness that comes through it, coming into the passion of what you love to do. Virgo, the Tower and the Queen of Wands is an overnight success. So some of you are not going to be uncomfortable with this sudden influx of popularity. Some of you, you're going to feel like you were born for it. Libra. Oh, yeah. Slurp, 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 slurp. Oh, my God. Okay. Not Libra. Oh no. Stop. Okay. We have the Temperance. So wow, we have balance here in between Scorpio and Capricorn. Libra, this is you taking nothing and turning it into something. All right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make the music video. I'm just gonna look seductively with a cup like slurp, slurp, slurp. I'm gonna see if I can make it as corny as possible. But the Temperance card is talking about much needed balance. Look, I don't mean to snitch on Libra, but Libra has been out here balancing other people's lifestyles. Libra has been out here literally fixing other people's lives only to live a fucking mess. Pick your shit up, Libra. You look like a fucking mess. No, you look fabulous, actually. You look fabulous, but your life is a fucking mess. I don't know how you manage to look fly as you do, but your life is a fucking mess. Forget everyone else who you fix their life. Like you have brought balance to people who have desperately needed. Like you've saved people. Why can't you save yourself? Why is it that your lifestyle is unbalanced, but everyone else's life is bad? Like that doesn't make no sense, Libra. That does not make no sense. That does not make no sense. So like temperance. So temperance. Temperance is much needed balance. A whole lot of what, a whole lot of what kind of came into this, Libra, is you've introduced elements into your lifestyle that people are looking at you like you're delusional. So for like the longest time, people are like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you do this in your life? And now you have accounted and fully integrated it. So what looked weird still looks weird, but it's fucking genius. It still looks weird as hell, but it's fucking genius. You knew what you were doing the whole time is what people are realizing. So like you are quite literally incorporating alchemy, whatever that means to you, in order to balance your lifestyle and incorporate unconventional but complementary elements. Okay. This is very, 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 very magical because the South Node is in your sign, and this is all Libra needed. Okay, Libra was too busy balancing other people's lives. Now they're getting their shit together. See, Libra just looks like they have their shit together because they're fashion. They know how they know how to present themselves. And they just finished that nasty Pluto square. So they're finally ready. They're finally ready. Okay. It should have felt like every time you did fix stuff for yourself, there was someone in your family or privately taking you away from that. Like, fuck, now I have to deal with this. You're done. You're done. Congrats. And you're still alive. You didn't die. No, that is insane. Like, you're still alive. That is crazy. You know how many people died? You're still alive. That is crazy. Some of you are not even human. That's insane. Y'all been through legit hell. I'm like, how are you still alive? And people from the outside looking in look at you like, oh, your life is fantastic. You're not going through any issue. Y'all have no idea. That's what made me stop complaining. He is Scorpio, but yeah, still Aiden. That's what made me stop complaining because I'm like, y'all going through it way worse. Like Virgo and Libra going through it way worse. Like compared to y'all, I'm going through kid shit. Like it's not that bad. Y'all go like, how are you still? Okay, my bad. So the main card that we have for you is the Nine of Swords. Yeah, look at that. Some of y'all are going through excruciating anxiety, which is a good enough a Barnum statement that could apply to literally everyone, that we're going to focus on you because I feel like it applies to you so much more. You are coming out of the dark night of the soul because you have established temperance with your infinite strength. Okay. Because now, and I don't want to say that you're depressed. Like for those of you watching with Libra energy, if you're right in the head, if you're not going through any depression, I'm not trying to be like, no, you're depressed because of the card. But this is you coming out of the psychic attack. I feel like some of you got jumped energetically because you didn't say what other people wanted you to say. So like you've been going through, I don't even feel this anxiety is yours. I don't think this anxiety is yours. I think it's been dumped on your plate and you're actually telepath. So like you've just been feeling the storms of people just flooding your brain with their opinions. And, I don't think you're a weak motherfucker. So this is you kind of championing through that. Once again, the underlying theme being temperance means this is being cleared. And you are overcoming this. Write a journal if you have to. Yeah, it's a straight jump-a-thon. Like it's not a game. And the jumping for Libra is because Libra is a pioneer and Libra is an icon. Aries is a pioneer, but Libra is an icon. And so icons like you, because if Libra posts something, it's gonna pop. Libra can make a fashion sense popular. So the way people look at Libra is we need Libra to get behind these products. And we need to somehow coerce or threaten Libra to do this, or we'll fuck up your family or some shit. Because we need you to use your star power to say what we say. Because Libra, people see you say something, and then 50,000 other people are just repeating what you said. So it's like, damn, I need to manipulate that. And for you Libras that are not weak, spineless cowards and actually stand your ground, I can't believe you're still alive. Like that shit, you have to be one of the most powerful people. Like that's crazy. Not letting people get their disgusting hands on you and puppet string you, and you're still alive. Like wow. Like, wow, I'm not being sarcastic. Like, wow. Okay, Scorpio. Okay. I love that. Now it's time for sentencing. That's so true. Y'all, the justice card. Scorpio. We also have the Temperance. So I'm going to reshuffle. Scorpio, you're just going through an extension of Libra, just more intensified. All right, but your specific message is the Three of Pentacles, the Lord of material work. The underlying theme of this is to formulate your team, okay? In the sense where you could be the artist, your friend is the music producer, and your other friend is the videographer. And then you have a choreographer friend. Even if you're working amongst yourself, this is enabling you to put in an initial sense of work together to grow your investments. But it's really teamwork. So if you don't know what that team is, which I doubt because I'm sure you already are around them, you're going to see this kind of just work in perfect unison. If not, the team is going to unfold. This doesn't have to really be a team though, as much as this is speaking about organized workflow, strictly financial here as well. Now here's another thing. And I know why we pulled this for you. Okay. The Three of Pentacles is also oddly somehow secret societies. Yeah. Of course you'd be in a secret society, Scorpio. So like, yeah, you might be, engaging in certain traditions and rites, being initiating other people, recruiting people into your secret gang or guild because you do that kind of thing. You do that kind of thing. You do. So like you could just be even just like working with some people and then they're like, you know what? It's time to initiate you. All right. But knowing you're doing the initiating. Okay. All right. So the main card that we have for you, I don't know why I spoke like that. We have the Knight of Swords, this just sounds like recruitment, really. But this was someone's underlying theme. This could be a very annoying ass motherfucker that just keeps on telling you the same thing until you get it. But this is really what this means. You might be working with a Gemini or a Knight of Swords or an air sign. Three of Pentacles is teamwork. And this Knight of Swords is someone who you're going to be working with. Knight of Swords take your messages and they broadcast them for you. They deliver them for you. So it looks like you're going to be working with someone who you're incompatible with, but complementary with. And it's not that you're incompatible with them, but both of you work really well together. I think that's really interesting. So, yeah. I like that this was very direct. It's showing you the team member that you're going to really be kind of engaging with, obviously work related. So next we have Scorpion. Yeah, cartel shit. It is a cartel for sure. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Sag. Lord of the wild and fertile land. The underlying theme here is utility and consistency. Sagittarius, what I'm feeling is that you've got something going that's almost like lightning in a bottle. Yeah. Or maybe you made a hit and instead of becoming a one-hit wonder, the Knight of Pentacles is you establishing consistency and reliability. You're here to stay. That's just an analogy, though. This could also represent a very reliable and consistent friend or dependable friend. But I see this as you creating consistency in whatever projects you're working. But specifically what I'm feeling is something that you started recently, maybe within even this year, or an idea that has not been stabilized. It's just something that you didn't really see a long-term future towards because you never expected it to pop off like that. And now you're making it stable. Like you're quite literally beginning to integrate this. Okay, Marilyn, stop. Oh my God, I would never lie to Sag. We have the Ace of Cups as your main card, which is literally new love. And this doesn't have to be romantic. This is literally an activation of new feelings. Sag, you got the fucking ace. So this could be a grounded proposal from this Knight of Pentacles. Could be a Virgo that's fancying you. But the Ace of Cups, if this isn't actually new love for some of you, or pregnancy, yeah, I'm going to say it, pregnancy, or it's a new sippy cup. Slurp, slurp, slurp. This is the Virgo feature. Okay. This I feel like is also a spiritual awakening. So it's definitely going to eclipse your heart and break through the fountain waters of infinity. I'm really just freestyling at this point. But yeah, these are new feelings. It's a new approach towards how you feel towards something. But honestly, this really could be a proposal for some of you. Like this could be a whole new love situation, a whole new love deal. Okay. Oh shit. Next we have Capricorn. That is crazy. Refreshed. Yo. Sippity dippity dippity cup. Capricorn, we have the Empress. So you might be getting pregnant too. But this is really talking about personally abundance in all its forms. You have, of course, sown the respective seeds. So this is going to enable you to flourish and blossom your worth and your value. For some of you, this could represent a mother figure who will definitely reflect this, or unconditional love from a prospective or current partner. We also do have the Ace of Pentacles. So just like Sagittarius was coming into new love, this is a new healthy beginning. It's motherfucking money. This might actually literally be a new financial venture. And because we have the Empress, whatever this new investment is, it's going to flourish. Okay. This could literally be conception. It could be the seed that gets someone pregnant. So Capricorn, very solid message here. Okay. Sagittarius with the Ace of Cups could be rose tinted glasses, but since they got the Knight of Pentacles, it will be grounded. This is grounded. Ace of Pentacles is something real. It's concrete, it's tangible, and it's gonna suit you very well. All right, especially for some of you wanting to come into a new income stream, like it's here. All right, I mean, it's you. It's not even gonna come to you. You're gonna manifest. You're gonna create it. But like, yeah, the aliens. Okay. Rob the Hood, is that you? What the cover art, is that your song? If it is, please email it to me. Aquarius, we have the Knight of Cups. So I forgot who. Yeah, email that to me, man. I definitely want to check it out. For those of you, so someone got the Knight of Swords as an underlying theme. Someone got the Knight of Pentacles. And now the Knight of Cups is talking about romance, romantic proposals, but flowing seductively. I don't even want to say emotionally. It's like if I was to appeal intellectually, I would talk on subject matters that stimulate the brain. That's more Knight of Swords. If we were going to talk financial matters, oh, okay, well, let's commit to this. That's more Knight of Pentacles. If I want to talk to your heart, what do you like? But what do you love, though? That's all Knight of Cups, seduction, Justin Bieber tactics. Okay. So like this, okay. So like this is going to enable you to flow and create a vibe. For some of you, this could be a Pisces or someone who fits this description who's going to stimulate your heart like so. But being that we have the fortitude, this is going to really stimulate your artistry. The main card with this is infinite energy. Okay. The fortitude of your courage and passion to tame your wild beast. But I feel like with the Knight of Cups, there's just this smooth flow that's going to have you really fall in love again with your flow of creativity, especially once we come into the moon in Leo, sun in Pisces aspect in a couple of days. So yeah. Some of you may feel, I know ever since Aquarius season started, I've felt an heightened level of energy. So I can imagine being in Aquarius, sun or moon or rising, you're going to unlock an infinite reservoir of latent energy that you either always knew was there or you can harness, but so much more creatively in flow. It's like you're creating a flow state through this. And finally, we have Pisces. Yo, dead ass. For real. That was insane. So Pisces, happy birthday. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We finished where we started. Aries main card is your underlying theme. North Node in a second. So Pisces, material gain. You're understanding the independent value of your worth and how you can command money and value. Like the 9 of Pentacles has coins to spend, right? Like saving some, spending the other. And there's a feeling of hard work paying off that you built. Okay, so the main card we have for you is the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords seems bittersweet. This is Venus in Aquarius, where Venus is right now. And even though the underlying there's a quality with the 9 of Pentacles where as other people might be asking you to hang out, other people might be wanting your time and attention, and you're not giving it to them because you're focusing on what is adding value to you. So the 5 of Swords, I'm not gonna lie, is a bunch of shady, crusty, dusty motherfuckers who feel like they can tell you how to live your life. People do not necessarily operate on your realm of frequency and expect you to operate off of human logic that makes sense to them. And so this could really trigger a lot of arguments because people knowingly or unknowingly are forcing you to lower yourself to their level of understanding. And I think you're kindly telling them to suck their dicks, and they don't like it for some reason. They don't like that you're telling them to mind their fucking business, and they're trying to make you the bad guy for some reason. But clearly you getting money. You're productive. So I don't see what the issue here is. Maybe it's because they're inferior and they will never have the divine level of awareness with which you turn around with your unconditional love and grace and not imagine that they die. They're still living and breathing to just still argue. Okay. So you don't want to get distracted by a lack of focus. You don't necessarily just want to personally you know, fall into people's drama. And now there's another meaning to this. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Pisces, it looks like you're about to go off. It looks like maybe you reached a level of independence, and now you're literally about to be like, that's why you a fucking bitch. That's why you ain't shit. You were talking all that shit. Like you're literally like the image that I'm getting is you have tolerated so much disrespect. You have tolerated an infinite number of microaggressions to where most people are speaking on things they couldn't even possibly know because they don't, right? And instead of just keeping it to yourself and having grace, you're going off now. You're like, you know what? This is why you're a stupid, weak little bitch. And you're literally going to atom bomb people. When the smoke settles, it's just going to be you and people walking away sad. This could be an empty victory because it's like, yeah, you were right, but at what cost? Unless you're petty. If you're petty like me, and you're going to be like, yeah, walk away, bitch. Walk away, bitch. That's why you wrong. Yeah, why you mad? Why you mad? I don't care. Why you mad? Then this is going to be a field day because you still getting money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Nice. So let's do the pick a card reading. Yes, we're going to do 3 piles. We're going to do 3 piles. The way y'all going to obliterate and go in, like, it's like crazy. People are not, they're going to be speechless. Like, oh, damn it. Shit. I wasn't expecting you to pull that card. All right. So we're going to do a 3 card pile. The message is going to be, what is the feature of your Noah's Ark ride? Okay. The first card is going to be the theme of the Noah's Ark ride and a special gift attached to that. And the second card is going to be the outcome coming at the end of Pisces season. Underlying theme is the Emperor. This is solidifying and establishing your authority, and you are putting your foot down. You're more than ever getting all your shit together because it's time to conquer. This is preparing you to step into Aries season as the Emperor. So expect a more defined element of your power to establish itself. In that, you're making decisions that you're not going back on, and there's conviction in every word. Okay. So we do have pile 1, 2, and 3, and we will start with pile 1. Then I'm going to go into the live readings. Pile 1. So pile 1, the theme of your arc ride is the 2 of Wands, the Lord of Dominion. Pile 1, you are meant to rule. You are here to rule. A dominion represents an aspect of something that is outside everything. Okay, so you're incorporating, you're molding the world around you. Slurp, 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 slurp. You're molding the world around you. And this is you fully establishing everything you have decided you want to do. Thank you, Elsie. And literally plan. So this is a preparation and planning. This is followed by the 3 of Wands, which is making long and short-term plans and allowing you to actually move forward. So you're going to come into the full potential of everything that you are here to create in this world. And I think it's going to be an exhilarating feeling seeing this all come together and feeling that personal power. All right. If you pick pile 1, you have a lot of personal power to where you are your own force. Nobody can make judgments above or through you Like it has to go through your authority. And the outcome we have here is the Princess of Swords. This is going to change your thinking. The Princess of Swords is coming into new information. So you're definitely going to reset your thinking around how it is you would build your world if you literally could have everything you ever wanted. Okay. Pile one. If you pick pile one, you probably can make decisions and they immediately start happening. So this is going to change the way you think. Like, okay, wow, like I don't have to think the way I used to think now that I'm commanding more power in my actions. And yeah, it's going to be kind of fun. There is a potential for gossip here, but you'll discern what's worth it to engage in or not. Pilot 2. You know what, Necessary Truths? I love that. I love that. So the Noah's Ark analogy is really just your imagination that you are riding on, but like the New Testament fulfills the Old Testament. Jesus didn't need the ark, even though it's a different, even though it's in a different context. You know, this ark ride is you believing in your ability to walk on literal water, you know, to really carry out this discipleship. So I really love that. Thank you for bringing that verse. That is a really great way to think of it. So we do have for pile 2 the Hermit. Okay, your arc ride is fully crystallizing your unique individuality. You have a unique light. You are meant to shine, to guide people downwards an unconventional path. There are things that work for you that no one else could do but you. Okay. And the thing is, personally, this is definitely going to help you embrace, like if you picked pile 2, you might have been deconditioning yourself from being around a lot of people. Even if you are around it, this doesn't necessarily mean personally that you're going to just be by yourself. The Hermit card exists socially, but you stand on your own principles. You are not swayed by other people's perceptions. It's literally like you're just moving forward with your own light. Okay. So with this is going to really personally define fully your style. And you're going to really tap into a part of you that you own fully, especially with the Emperor here. It's a nice balance to the Two of Wands, who knows what they want. Pile 2, you know more than ever who you are. And it's a personalized code. The Hermit card is like creating your own language that still applies. It just needs to be converted, but you're able to really kind of freak that. All right. And the outcome we have here is the Death card. You're fully coming into transformation. We're now tapping into this unique part of yourself, really going within and mastering this facet of yourself as a magi, right? Because the magician is being able to create something from nothing. But the Hermit card is putting yourself in a position to master your own personal style in the way you put something in nothing. So this is going to facilitate a complete night and day transformation. You will be unrecognizable. You are bringing an end fully to this old world and cycle. And congratulations, you've done it. All right. So finally, for pile 3, we do have the 6 of Cups. This arc ride is going to be fucking pleasurable. Okay. Pile 1 is going to be ruling and dominating shit. Pile 2 is going to be uncovering deep mysteries within themselves. Pile 3, you just gonna be having fun. You're just gonna be feeling good the whole. Hey, pass that whiskey. Good. Hey, so anyway, I told this motherfucker, like yes, pile 3, you're gonna be basking in the purity. And this is also a soulmate card. So this could be done with a fellow soul. All right. I love that contrast. Like pile 1 and 2 are just more like, nah, pile 3 is like, hey. No, and there's a deepening of pleasure. I feel like some of you, for the first time, will really just be able to sit back and enjoy just how comfortable and pleasurable every aspect of your life is. And the outcome of this is the Queen of Cups, which works really well with the Six of Cups, because this is you mastering this depth of feeling, and it's putting you in a position to really be deeply in love and maybe attract a lot of love from other people who are just in love with you. So yeah, full psychic mastery here with pile 3, but in the form of just enjoying your life and just flowing effortlessly. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to begin the live readings. Thank you guys very much for joining us. You are welcome to set an intention. Do you have a dream? Please understand that this dream that you set the intention to will manifest. You're going to set the intention, and then 250 plus other people are going to set the intention that your intention comes true. And I have videos in the description box below that if you watch and plug in your intention, you will literally see materialize immediately. So yeah, if you're ready to take part of this ritual, set any intention right now. Okay. And now set the intention that everyone else in this room's intention comes true for the highest good at all. Congrats. That's literally it. Okay. You guys stay blessed as always. And I'm going to start with, of course, Anthony. Anthony, your chart is ridiculously badass. Okay. I love that you're born in 97 because you are a very important proponent of this new generation, of this next generation. Okay. You had asked, are you really antisocial? No. And correlate this, confirm this for me or not. Taurus rising that you and I have is an antisocial personality. And Pisces is also antisocial. I say this because Scorpio is social and Taurus is opposite Scorpio. And then Virgo is social and Pisces is universal, opposite, whereas Taurus is individual. Now, does that mean you're antisocial? Your Mars is in Libra. So even though you have an independent personality and your spirit is universal beyond the physical, you still desire social activity. So you're someone who may not identify with being social, but you love to take social action. And this is what enables you to literally be your own presence, but invade and actually creatively express yourself. Now you have cartooning, philosophy, and strategy. The reason why that blows my mind is because you have Jupiter and Uranus on your MC in Aquarius. I have a 27 degree, and I have chill saying that. I have a 27 degree Taurus rising. You have a 26 degree Taurus rising. So that puts our MC in the 9th house portion of our chart connected to the 10th house. What am I known for? MC and Aqua means we're going to be known. What am I known for? Teaching about the stars, right? The 9th house is philosophical, and you are here to not only teach philosophy. I have the North Node on my MC. Bro, you have the ruler of Aquarius and Jupiter. So you're going to be a household name. And there is an unconventional quality with which you will expand this. Michael Jordan has Jupiter exactly on his MC in Pisces. So this is a huge deal. And then you're a legend on top of that. You're born a Pisces sun with, of course, your moon in Capricorn, goat mode. So you are like, you are an incredible representation of divinity. Okay, the goat genie. And then on top of that, your Neptune is 29 fucking degrees Capricorn. So you're one of the most psychic people ever. So the reason why this is very important is I love your honesty. I love how you want to know, are you in the right direction? You have not even come into your Saturn return yet. So everything that you're going through is transitioning you out of this old world of coming into adulthood, and you have ahead of time, because you are ahead of your time, put all the pieces in place together. It's like you put the pieces in place together before you were in the environment, and then you're gonna and now once the environment snaps on, you already did the work. And so in between then, you just have to keep moving forward, even though it may not feel like things are flowing the way you may want them to flow. And so that's where this Pisces season, as a Taurus rising, everything that you have activated since May, you're in the 11th house going to come into the full realization of. This is your full experience of your rewards. Okay. Mars and Venus going through your 10th house through the 9th is what's going to facilitate this very unconventional activation of you coming into this success. All right. It's Saturn going through your sign and sun is what's going to add limitations and difficulty, but just to ground things and make them stronger. Right now it's on your Mercury, and this can bear a lot of pressure on your brain because it's quite literally constructing this material totality so that you can do certain things automatically. And so you want to see this as preparing to polish you, because once we step into May of 2024 and we have that kazimi on your AC, it's going to be exactly on your AC. It's fucking go time. It's fucking go time. Okay. So you have a lot to look forward to. All right. The relationships you have with other people are going to establish them relative to who you create should be around you and you believe should be around you. So this will prepare you to move through the eclipse in Aries and establish this kingdom as a natural king moving forward. All right. And, you know, that's just fucking awesome. Congratulations. Next, we have Tiffany. What is something positive coming in for me? Okay. First of all, shout out to Melanie. We love you out here. I'll have you know, Melanie is responsible for the 2 swords I have, because and also a certificate. So we love you out here. All right. You are all a permanent team member in Infinity Gang and in Mystical Illuminations. So just keep that in mind. We're rebooting it. We're bringing it back. We're going to bring back previous members. So just something to keep in mind. If you don't see them on the site, they didn't go anywhere. We're gonna add it back on. Okay. But other than that, Tiffany, we know you got the Cancer rising, which is actually super badass because we see it's at 0 degrees. And like, this is going to give you a very amazing ability to set the integrity of what you believe about the way you should live your life. And this is going to be even more badass because you're like the perfect Leo. Oh my gosh, every Virgo moon Leo sun I've ever seen is just unbelievably hot. It's like you have the Virgo moon, just perfect body, but then you have the fire hotness, which is amazing. Because now, relative to this, your moon in Virgo is going to be feeling analytically these metaphysical influences that Pisces will be showing you. And the thing about having this energy in the 9th house is that it's teaching you that your beliefs are creating your reality. So this is going to quite literally, oh my gosh, Aquarian Essence, I cannot wait to hear that. That's really beautiful to know. This is quite literally going to have you plan what it is you want to believe to change your life or to move forward your life, because you're already amazing at doing this. And then Gemini season and Virgo season is where you're integrating it into your behavior and you're harvesting it and it's real and you're going to do it again. So that's one thing to keep in mind, especially knowing you're a leader of the new school. My friend, you have South Node on Saturn in the 10th. That North Node is going to activate your destiny. All of you guys born in 96 with Jupiter and Capricorn, you're up after the Saturn Pisces. And I have so much respect for y'all because you guys are not only kicking off a new generation, but you're leading the new school. People need to understand that about y'all. The concepts y'all kick off, people are going to follow and dick ride for the rest of their life. And it's nice to know that whether you get credit for it or not, it was y'all who started that. So it's just something to keep in mind. Shout out Hard Work 24/7. This is definitely going to put you in the ability to realistically prepare to move forward. And that's another important thing. After this Pisces season, Tiffany, it's your 10th house transit. And you're going to be coming into the higher perspective of the direction you are unlocking in your career success. So Pisces season is going to adjust the perception of what you believe that success should look like. And it's going to unfold and remind you that there's no limits. There are no limits. There are no limits. Okay. Next, we're going to do Sierra Murphy. All right. We know your rising is in Virgo and we know your sun is in Virgo. So this is very important because this is effectively putting you in a position to start a new karmic cycle of divine partnerships. Okay. And relative to these divine partnerships, this enables you very magically to raise the standards with these partnerships with other people. Love you, Forest Fairy Tarot. Thank you. Okay. When Saturn goes through one's 7th house, they get married, divorce, or start business partnerships. When I actually started working this full time, Saturn was going through my 7th. I partnered with a Capricorn woman. So this is very powerful because this raises the standards of the integrity you believe you should hold space of with other people. And as a Virgo sun and rising, you've been feeling the opposition, holding space to the analysis of the receipts against delusional ass motherfuckers who feel like they can just make up shit. Okay. So this is going to officially activate the karmic cycle around the lessons you will teach other people and learn with raising the quality of your relationships. Most important part for all Virgo suns and risings. This is what's going to officially activate this. The new moon is that new karmic cycle of partnerships, and it's going to really integrate 7+ years of work since Saturn was on your rising in 2008. Okay. Before 2010, when it entered Libra, you're now getting ready to go through all of that completion to harvest this in the form of now how you take that mastery towards this divine experience, because Virgo rising sponsor divine partnerships. So it's time for yours, especially if you've already established that. So something to look forward to, especially with your moon in Aries, that's going to help you really feel into Chiron, fueling this up within you and giving you a sneak peek of how you feel you'll move forward during Aries season when your moon is once again activated. But once again, this is very, very, very powerful because you're actively now integrating and harvesting 6 months worth of work on yourself to now start a new cycle of what you believe and who you believe you should be with. And this is going to unfold more than magically for you. All right, Whitney Murphy for the 3-card tarot draw. Let's see what Spirit's choice for you is. All right. Shout out to Taurus gang. So this card flew out. We have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Wands. So the Two of Pentacles is talking about sustainable income from your own hands. You got the infinity fingers. You got the Midas touch, queen. Okay. Everything you touch turns to gold. So like this is going to really enable you to play with multiple income streams. You want to have as much fun with this as possible because any ball that drops, you could just focus on the other balls you're juggling, the income streams you're juggling, the money you're making. And this is going to enable you to have so much more fun at work. The Two of Pentacles shows up when you can turn your hobby into like a passion. Okay. So we have the main card here as the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is, we have the Knight of Cups. This is literally you moving forward romantically with life. You could have even received a proposal. Taurus coming in at 30 bands. I love that. And not only like I think it's you kind of playing with certain concepts and really opening your heart to be romanced by the universe. And now this is in the past. Presently, we have the Four of Wands. So this is you coming into your sanctuary, serendipitous news, unions, strengthening your connection to home. And this is overall very festive, that with the Knight of Cups is making this, once again, very fun. And we have this with the Devil card. So yeah, this kind of looks like slight debauchery. The Devil card coming with the Knight of Cups and the Four of Wands is partying. This is like a really dope house party and everyone's getting lit. So with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like there's balance to sustain this. But the Devil card could also really talk about very exciting and tantalizing sex because of the romantic presence of the Knight of Cups and the Four of Wands. You could be moving in with somebody who you have very heated, passionate lovemaking with. The Knight of Cups and the Devil card denote a sexual link that is, if you know what I'm saying. And it's also you kind of really enjoying the materialistic success that you're coming into. It's very earthy. It's very materialistic. And the Four of Wands is what makes it fun. If we had like the Five of Cups or like the Nine of Swords, then we're talking about an addiction. But it's the Four of Wands. So this is like a really, 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 really good house party. That is a little bit too much fun. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is a really good energy to really just deal with. All right. We have Linda, one card pull for the Pisces goddess. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So you are coming into greater utility and consistency. You're being a reliable friend. You may also receive assistance from a reliable friend. But this is interesting, Linda, because the Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. And we also got the Sun in Virgo for you, Lord of Prudence. So this is you coming into money. It's employment, but I don't see you like with a job as much as just coming into a consistent source of meaningful work and income. So this is really beautiful because this is your ability to really just pick up and sustain your own lifestyle. This could even be a reliable help at work, but I don't really see, it doesn't have to really even be like a 9-to-5 job as much as like meaningful work to you that you actually love to do. And yeah, I don't get the sense that there's been any financial issues. The work you're doing has so much value in it. So the Eight of Pentacles comes where it's like, just keep up the great work because there are eyes on the work you're doing and people are seeing you as a reliable and consistent force. We know that when we go to Linda, she's going to keep it all the way real. And it's going to always pay off every time. Like with your advice, your presence, it's grounded, it's reliable, it's amazing. All right. And I love that. Especially knowing you have South Node Virgo. So that's probably where that Virgo power is coming from. And then Ro, let's go. Let's see what we got. Whew, we got the Ace of Swords. Can't make this up. Okay, I feel like you and appreciate you, Linda. Much appreciated. This Ace of Swords is talking about a major epiphany from the heavens itself. I feel like if this isn't you receiving it, the first intuition I got is that you're going to be slaying ignorance. Like you're just going to be introducing new concepts and ideas to people. And you're going to almost kind of sneer sarcastically, like, no, there's no way. Like, how did I know that? But like, you're going to be changing people's lives. This is a victory. This could also be a new idea you're moving forward with. But this is so fucking powerful. Like just the Ace of Swords, the way it just like flew out too, just like boom, powerful. It's just like truth, the undeniable truth is coming out. And we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like the way in which you exercise it is super mature, very grounded, and it's enabling you the maximum quality of your own financial acuity. The Queen of Pentacles could even be, this is who this new idea is coming from. Someone who is a banker, a manager, you know what I'm saying? Someone who can manage large amounts of money. But I just see this as you applying this to you in order to just literally increase dramatically the quality of your own wealth and portfolio. So thank you guys so much. All right. I appreciate you. Ro, we also have the Wheel of Fortune for you. So yeah, you won the lottery. This is literally an expansion and level up. Okay. This was fun. This was super fun. Once again, the replay will be available for all Infinity Club members. But what I'm gonna do is I'll just leave this public, and then once it's Aries season, I'll turn it back to just membership exclusive. But I still have the Aquarius season up. So for those of you who want to catch the replay, you just have until the end of Pisces season. You can watch. Aquarius will still be available in this. You guys stay blessed as always. And until next time.